Welcome and welcome to another, shall we say, tattoo teardown. This is where we take a look at the work that you've done, tear it apart, give you an ass ripping, tell you your crap, and then not to bother coming back. But no. What we do, we take a look at your work that you've sent in, we respectively and respect going over it, and give you some, shall we say, decent feedback, hoping that it'll help you going forward. By no means are we here to put you on a downer. We don't want to belittle you in any other way. We just want to bring you along in your journey, whichever way we can. So with that, we've got Dave on sideline. What I will say, if you're liking it, jump in chat. It's all friendly in chat. Jump in chat. Give the stream a like. If you're first time here, subscribe. Press that notification bell. Otherwise, you'll be missing out. And like I say, guys, we'll jump onto these. I'll get Dave in at the minute. We'll find out what he's been on to. Hey up, Dave.
Oh, sorry. I forgot to mute the screen over there. Doing good, Andy. Enjoying another wonderful week. Gonna take a look at some work over here and chill. Say hello to our friends in the chat. It's been a few days, you know.
We've got all of us usual in. We've got Smoke, Jason, Brian, Byron, Kenneth, Danik's in somewhere. If I'm missing name, Mara, Sean, Bradley. Oh, we've got a fair few in here. Some usuals. Like I say, I've said Danik. How can we miss him? I better not miss him out, otherwise I'll get so much crap. It's unbelievable. Rob, like I say, we'll go through their emails and no doubt any questions that they've got while we're going through, Dave.
Yeah.
And I suppose a load of BS and a lot of old fart comments about age and that, you know, chat.
It wouldn't be a proper Andy's channel live stream without some cracks at Andy for being old.
Being old. Just think though, you might be old, Dave, but just think, I'll be retired and living it up while you're still working.
Oh, ain't that the truth, man? Ain't that the truth? Yeah. You going on vacation again, though, huh?
Yeah, second of May. That's what.
Oh.
2nd of May, 10 days. But this is what happens when you board in studio. Board in studio, a little bit of a quiet day. Wife's there. Oh look, suppose it's trying to save you money, aren't you? You know what I mean? That wife's like, oh look, you know what I mean? Found this holiday, all inclusive. This, that, and other. Really good price. Book it. Win away.
Heck yeah. Oh, dang it. I hear the reverb coming back through again.
Reverb?
Yeah.
It.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing it again. I don't know. I didn't hear it there.
I'm going to say is.
Oh, that's better. I don't hear it now.
You don't hear it?
Okay. Nope, I don't hear it now. Cool.
What's this one? New drinking game. Every time one says, like I said, and Dave, but take a sip of your beer. If you do that, Paulo, you'll be smashed big time. I get 10 minutes in.
Yeah, but I don't know about that. You know, I just think, but yeah, I don't know. Get you started there.
Said, there's a couple. Like I say, it's you've got to be done.
Yeah, but Andy, really though, are you sure?
But like I say, Dave, you've got to get that glass and fire it down your neck.
But I just don't know. Just don't know.
It's one of them things. Oh, Danik, are you wanting the baby oil?
A little baby oil for Danik.
Little baby oil for Danik. But I tell you what, Danik, I'm not rubbing it in you, mate. That's it. You rub it in yourself.
But
yeah.
Oh boy.
But,
oh boy.
It's one of them things. You can see chat's already going downhill.
It's crashing.
Before we even get to anybody's
People are joining like, what is this stream? What are they talking about? Whole bunch of butt-ums, like-is, and baby oils.
Yep, it's it meant
not
for
what
an
the title
interesting
told.
part. It meant for an interesting party game, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Like I say, bottom and baby oil.
Somebody's going to be hammered out there by the time this is over, if they're playing by those rules.
If you're playing by those rules, I guarantee you, by the time we've done 30 minutes, you'll be smacked.
Yeah, we're doing our best to give you as much butt-ums as possible.
Yeah.
Or what is yours? Like I said.
Like I said. It's probably like from where you're from, Dave. Like I said, is a Yorkshire thing. You know, from here, it's and from you, but it's just something that you get used. Yeah.
I'm trying. I can't think of anywhere to put a butt-um in on this one.
I can't think of what like a. Make me paranoid now. They'll make me paranoid.
Right. I'm not saying butt-um ever again. Well, except for that time, maybe a few more times.
But at you later, like you said, yeah, it is. I can't stop doing it. I'm 51 years old. I've done it all my life. There's no chance. A leopard doesn't change its spots. And
yeah, I don't know. I think when the brain stops, you get a, like I said, or a butt-um.
Yeah, I mean,
or like periods at ends of sentences or something.
It is like I'm going to say. Like I said, it's you're making me paranoid now. A leopard can't change its spots, but at 51, only spots I'm getting are old age spots.
Shoot. How about that thumbnail, Andy?
The thumb. Oh,
I've seen that one a while. That one's been floating around for a hot minute, man. I've been in a few YouTube videos of my own.
But the problem is, I ain't got it on this computer, and I put it up. But the thing is, I want to know what's going on between the legs.
Oh gosh, that's the way you're going to start it off.
No, it's not good at all in that thumbnail.
No, like I remember somebody told me a while back that it was. I hear that reverb again. That's so weird. That there was some sort of old painting. Somebody like it was some painting, and I don't care if that's a painting or not. You don't tattoo that like that. You know, it's just bad in so many ways.
It just looks like somebody was smoking crack before they started tattooing.
Yeah, and the people they were tattooing. Oh man, that reverb.
I seriously can't hear anything at my end.
Wow. Let me try turning it down again. I don't know. I have no idea.
Are other people hearing it?
I don't know.
Nobody's mentioned whether they can hear reverb or echoing on your side.
That's good. If I can only hear it, I can live with that. I don't mind. And if it's quiet enough, maybe my speakers are close to me and I can hear them. I don't know. We don't get it when we're not live, and it just started last time we were live. Weird.
Well, shall we dig in? Shall we have a look at the first one? We haven't got too many sent in, so it should make for some interesting dissection.
Yeah. Do you have the thumbnail photo? I think Art You Later was asking if you have it available to throw up there.
Oh my God. Let's see if I can find it. Not like getting thrown under the bus while you're live, is there? Yeah. Can you?
Hey man, it's classic format here, you know. Hey, if anybody along the tattoo critique process here today has any questions, throw them in the chat. Love to. I know we answer stuff all the time, so I'm sure, most have been asked. But if there are any, let us know. It's half the reason we're here. The other half is to just give Andy a hard time.
Yeah, let's get that one off.
Oh, by the way, for everybody I know who has been tracking, I ended up going with those Ambition batteries. I'm just killing time. My Andy's working over there. Oh, there it is. Good. Cool. I don't have to tell my story thinking this. Oh, yeah.
She's there. She's a beauty. And
it looks like a football.
What this?
Like American football down on the leg there.
That does there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But let's be honest. What the hell going on here?
Hey, that's a tri-leg right there.
What is going on? there.
And then is that a foot back there behind it? Like you see that foot up by the knee?
This.
No, up high, right there. Yeah.
That's his hand. I think that's a hand, Dave.
Oh, it looks like a foot, like this, like toes, and
I mean,
he's got
this
a
one.
pack.
This one looks like somebody's taken a blowtorch to its foot, and it's dripping off.
This is on older.
I can't get over. I mean, obviously that looks like a leg. That looks like a leg. What the chuffing on is that?
I don't know.
You can't unsee it once you've seen it.
Look at that arm from like the pit is like the armpit is like tiny little pin arm, and his neck goes right into his chesticles. Man,
got some nice pecs going on. They give him a bit of a. Usually it's a 6-pack, but that's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He's got a 4-pack.
The other two are hiding with the 6 legs he has.
He couldn't afford them from shop.
Dude, what?
4-packs on offer.
Our gesture for the rest of the pack there.
Yeah. Oh my god! Look at what's this? But
is it a
necklace?
necklace?
Look at this neck. Look at the size of this neck, and then look at it's got a P for a head.
He's been doing a lot of traps and like no arms at all. I don't know. A lot of crunches though. I mean, the Mavs are missing a couple, but they're there.
And like you said, Dave, look at this distance here.
Yeah.
Under armpit. And it's still dropped to the American football.
Yeah, I don't know. And they ruined the football. I don't know what it's doing there, but and then they just didn't put any color behind the arm there. It's just skin back there. Just a little bit of you know what I mean? Like at what point do you go, hey man, maybe we should stop because or maybe this person was hyping up the whole time. No, bro, don't worry. Once I get the shading in this, bro, we drop the color in, it's gonna pop. You're gonna see it. But what about his arm? No. It's once the color's in there, man. Once the color's in there and the shading's in there, I can only imagine that's what was taking place.
Yeah. Really packs this white in here though, Dave, on loincloth. And I can just about see the teeth.
Yeah, Jason, you're right. Drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. Okay. Drugs are bad. Okay.
And I'm looking at this head. I mean, it just got proper dome head, didn't it? It reminds me, you know, looking at your thumb. You know, when you look at your thumb, it just goes straight over.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
Okay. Well, it was a good solid beating up on that one. Now, if anyone's watching, we usually beat the heck out of the thumbnail photos because they're chosen. They've been out there in the world, floating around for a while.
Yeah, I mean,
they tried to add purples to this blue in weird ways. I don't understand it. Some places, and some of the lines are just drilled, man.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a dark line here. Look at this one. That's about on. That's the darkest part on. And what gets me? That one toe there. Woohoo! Outline gone round. It stands out.
Oh man, yeah, that toe. There's so many feet in this tattoo. It's incredible. I mean, not one foot looks proper foot.
I think you see this here.
Yeah.
I think this person here is just actually thanking this person because he must have had his hand amputated and he's taken his foot and had it put on his hand. Yeah. He's borrowed this guy's foot here and had it stitched on as a hand.
There. That's problem solved, man. We figured it out.
Figured it out. That's what it is.
Yeah, and then he just had a proper football. I don't know. And it's just we could spend another half an hour just digging into this one. This is the internet classic right here. There's a few out there that, man, this is one of them.
This is an absolute belter, isn't it?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
Before we get too excited and carry on too much with that one. Let me. Lost my cursor.
That was proper fun right there.
That were rough.
Yeah. Get some of the good shenanigans out of the way, and then we got to get serious and help where we can. And praise where we can here with the critiques themselves. All right.
Hey, and we're up.
We're in the emails. Here we go.
The lowest bar. Don't create the next thumbnail.
Right?
I don't know what that
Meaning
means.
you can't. That's the worst tattoo on the internet. How you gonna get any better? Is what he's saying. I know, man. It is hard when you. It's like, what do we do next?
Oh, we've got another one coming. So we've got Brian, and this is the first lot that come in because last week's I just delete them once we've done one. So the fresh lot that come in, I don't need to see them in between. As soon as the stream is done with, like tonight, these will be deleted. All the ones we've got through will be deleted, and that's it. So Brian, that's what we got up. See what it says. Practice fake skin stencil versus real skin. No, you guys, crazy not tattoo this on my leg. Right. So I'm assuming that you haven't tattooed it on your leg. You just show a difference of it on either.
Oh boy, that's quite a. Hey, when? Oh, okay. Oh, that's a cool piece there.
This must be his image.
I think that's the stencil.
Yeah.
Yeah, image. I get what you're saying.
What we got? Baby powder, stencil stuff.
Baby oil.
Baby oil.
Baby oil.
Get some baby oils. And this is him doing his stencil on. To be honest, I don't know whether is that a thermal printer? Or is it a Nico printer?
I think it would have to be a thermal printer, man, because they don't. If you run a no, that's one of those inkjet printers. It should be of some kind, yeah. But like you said, yeah, it looks good, man. It does. I wonder how well it stayed, how well it lasted. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and how long do you leave it to dry?
Yeah. I've had trouble with the inkjet stencils on fake skin, so I'd be curious to see how that lasted. And if it looks like he had stencil stuff there, maybe again, I think a speed stick tends to work better on the fake skins.
He's using an inkjet printer.
Okay.
And I'll be honest, you've done better than me because I just find that the inkjet printers suck.
On fake skin.
On fake skin, in comparison to a thermal printer. Because you put a thermal printer on and it's so dark when you lay that down, you know, that image down, and it stains really, really well in comparison.
It dries well too. If you let it dry, it will come back. I've let inkjets dry and it just doesn't dry. He said it stayed the same. Well, that's really good, man.
Really good.
That's really good. And it looks good too. Well done. Like as far as a stencil on fake skin, nice job, man. We're off to a good start.
And this is it.
Also pretty good.
Pretty good, but I think what you may need to do if you're doing it on real skin is mess about with your contrast and your lightness and brightness to maybe get some of this, you know, muddier, it'll get some of this muddier tone out at the background and separate the image a little bit better for you. You're still there, Dave?
Yeah, sorry, man.
Yeah, it's just, I think it'll just separate the image, messing around with the contrast and the tone.
Because you get all that light purple in the background, and once you start working, all that purple starts to wipe here and there, and it just gets real messy. And that way, like Andy said, you can get those darks darker. I think Danik even said in the chat, I was replied to him there. He said, tried inkjet on fake skin. I had to put the darkness full blast just to get a bit of stencil on the fake skin. That's been my struggle there. I don't do it often. I mean, it was a while back I tried it, but great to see it's working for Brian.
Working for Brian. Yeah, I mean, Brian, I don't know what computer program you're using to make your stencils with, and that. But like I say, somewhere in there, even if it's Procreate, if it's Sketchbook, if it's Photoshop, they do have areas where you can mess around. Well, you'll know better with Procreate. I'm sure that they will have areas where you can mess around with hue, saturation, contrast, and everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You can go into the curves too and really brighten, which will lose a lot of your lights, and darken will darken up a lot of your darks. Oh, you used baby oil before. Okay, good. The baby powder, which helped. That's cool. That's good to know. I never tried that. But yeah, this looks good on human skin. Like I said, like Andy said, you could definitely mess with those contrasts and get the lines a bit darker and really just eliminate some of the purple. Or you can,
But what I will say,
use like an app or something. Like I think I did that one video showing you how I use Procreate to go through a few steps, and it turns any image into like a stencil. And I use that to this day. I really, I think the last tattoo I did hand stencil it, but a lot of the more detailed ones I don't.
But then again, Brian, I don't think you're bottleless for not tattooing it on your leg.
What's that?
I think he's a bit bottleless. I think he took the easy way out by not only stenciling it on his leg and not actually going through and
tattooing it. Yeah, I would love to see him do that on fake skin.
Yeah,
first, and then submit that maybe if you haven't already done that. Submit that, and then we can help you out where we can, and then that way, if you take a stab at your own leg, you feel a little bit more confident about it.
So next one we've got Robert. Robert Helmick. Hey guys, you may or may not remember this piece, but it's the first one I sent in for Tattoo Challenge. A friend of mine loved the design so much that she had to have it tattooed on her arm. Cool.
That's cool.
Go on, Dev.
I think it's cool that one of the random designs has made its way to someone's skin somewhere, Yeah. Hopefully it's good, so I don't feel bad.
Even though there are some holidays and blowout or two, she is very happy with it, looking forward to seeing it healed. Cool.
Nice.
That's Alicia's.
Yeah, that was the design Alicia came up with.
Yep.
Yeah, from a distance, it's not bad. I mean, even now, it's not bad. Don't take that the wrong way. But yeah, no, from here, not too bad. I do see some differences from left to right. And I do see the blowout. You're talking mainly over the top right of the heart there, and it gets a little misshapen. But
yeah, through here.
Through there.
There's a little bit on line weight.
Yeah, and then up around that center gem. It's kind of yelling at me here.
Yeah, we've got a.
Yep.
See when it cuts in, that's where it's yelling.
And then those circles down there, Andy, look a little bit like they weren't smartly and carefully put in to be.
Yeah, we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and they look not too bad. But then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's another one there, but you've got this. You see this dark area here?
Yeah.
You've got to have it through there.
The top of the handle, Andy, though, I have to say from here, it looks quite nice.
Yeah, this looks well over here.
Yeah. How about the bottom?
I'll be honest, this is fairly good. All right, the lines are a tad shaky.
They're a little shaky.
It doesn't look wonky, cocked off.
Right. It might be a little shaky, but at least they're going in the right direction. Yeah. Like as far as the line shape goes.
This part here, I quite like how I know got some fatter lines through.
It happens in the beginning there where you're trying to get comfortable getting that line to give you the same weight every time.
What I will say, Robert, just be careful, and I can see all this redness, around, and some people do go like this.
Right, yeah.
But just in a few places, I am actually beginning to wonder if you may have been running a little bit too fast, a little bit too hard.
Right.
But then again, some people do just go generally, like this.
Yeah, I think it needs a bit. They did some color to it, but as the line work goes, it does still need some finessing as far as that goes.
Now, when we get to the colour, what I will say is this, believe it or not, I'm looking at this with some colour in, and I'm looking at that.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of smart fixing work in here as well.
Yeah, I think so. That white in the circles helps. Can you zoom in a little bit, Andy? You're so far away from here. Oh, no. Okay. That's plenty far enough. I like that there's shading and that it's directional and whatnot. The downside for me looking at that heart compared to that dagger is that they look so much alike. They blend together. Like there's no contrast from that heart to that dagger in the background. I kind of wish there was a bit of color maybe in that heart to kind of separate the eye, separate the dagger. That would have helped out a lot.
But it's done some smart fixing. What I am going to say is, quite like what he's done with these.
Yeah.
The purple, got a little white highlight in it, just enough without it being overpowering. I am going to say, albeit a couple of things, this lives where you've got one green into another, and it looks like you may have got a little bit lighter use of greens. What would have been, and it's just a preference, I'm not, if you got this light, this green, and had a really, really dark, green, or if not, you take some of this brown and mix it with that green, and then just whipped out at bottom of here, just that tiny little bit would have taken your leaves to an extra dimension.
Yeah, definitely. Give it a little extra depth, but you know what it actually would have done? And this is just opinionated at this point, honestly, had that, and I don't know, the top of that blade been black. Like that would have been some solid black, maybe really close to it. Would have pushed it would have really pushed that heart further forward, even at the bottom down there, and just let the very bottom of that blade breathe. Just push that blade back, give it a whole nother dimension.
Yeah, it's small. Yeah, it does. I think myself, I'll put that up. I do think it does look a hell of a lot better with the colouring. But I'm with you. Maybe leave this like browny colour, but then just. I
think that's grey wash, man. I think it's not brown. I think that's I think that's grey, and the skin redding. I think I could be wrong.
Just smashed it out with black, straight up. Black whipped it out here. Black whipped it out. And kept this light through here. Maybe just popped a little bit of black in there, but ever so little. Just out of these corners. And like if we zoom out to there, where you're going to probably view it from.
Yeah.
It's redeemed.
I just think it needs some black, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not sitting here saying this is a perfect tattoo by any means. Just saying, like, if with some black, some of this, a little of that would help the tattoo along. Yeah. I know you're still in the early stages of tattooing, obviously, in case someone's watching going, what are they saying? That's all it needs. No.
Send a picture when it's healed. Cool. Yeah. Send a picture when it's healed, Rob. Send it in.
Nice job, Rob. Good to see that, things are working out. Oh, let's see that on fake skin.
Yeah, got a side by side.
Yeah, and this is good to show people, you know what I mean? Because they'll go, hey, I can do it on fake skin. Well, as Rob's shown, it's a lot harder on real skin, human skin.
Yeah.
But at least you did it on fake skin first. Yeah. And it definitely helped your real skin outcome. But you can see where maybe deficiencies on human skin where you weren't having the same issues on fake skin. And that transition is a tricky transition.
Well,
but overall, nice job, though, man.
Oh, nice job, like I said. Really good effort in my eyes. He's done this, then done this.
Yeah.
And like I say, you will find, like you just said, Dave, you will find the difference from going from a fake skin onto human skin, and then all of a sudden he's having to deal with skin bouncing, and stretching, and you have to stretch this way, that way. But albeit you've definitely pulled it out of bag and brought this one around, Rob, by adding that colour, and colouring it in and adding it in. It has really, shall we say, redeemed it from the line work.
Yeah, I think the average person's going to look at it and go, hey, that's cool. We're here to look at it differently than a regular person's going to look at it, I would like to say. So,
But no,
just keep pushing yourself, though. Keep pushing yourself. See your deficiencies and go, what can I do? Can I adjust something in my setup? Can I find a way to avoid that blowout? Could I, always try to question what you're doing and find ways to critique it and improve upon it. But there's a lot of good things going on here, that when refined will really take you to another level.
Nice going though.
Yeah.
Nice going. So that was Robert. So we've got emails coming in galore now. Michael. So what we got? Michael. Don't know your surname. Hello again. It's me, Mike. My practice work and one new one. Is this Mike? I wonder if this is Mike Parrish that's in, chat.
Oh yeah, Mike. Let us know, Mike, if this is you, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'll let you soak it in from there.
Okay.
Because obviously it's a little bit different for me, because even you guys seeing it at that point, I mean, I'm still quite far in on it.
Yeah, it's pretty far away.
And then we'll, shall we soak it in a little bit more?
Yeah. Now on fake skin, it is really hard to get wall-to-wall saturation, so I would give a little here.
But this is areas, if you was in real skin, you would have to watch for, innit, Dave?
Yeah, for sure. Can you go down a little bit, Andy?
Yeah. How far do you want to go, Dave?
Wait right there for a moment. Okay.
What's getting me?
Yeah.
This black's not quite black.
Right.
Yeah, and off here, especially around here, it's just not quite black. And it would have been nice, just slow down that little bit and said, this could have left this section here, like a grey tone bit. Could have taken just a bit more time and just boop, 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 a bit of black.
Right, right.
Fade.
I think the eye would have been used, maybe a smaller needle grouping, go in there and just round that eye out a little bit more. What I do like personally is I like the leaves. I do like the transition you did from the browns to the oranges to the yellows.
I'm off. See you later. You beat me to that one, Dave. I'm off.
Yeah, I think that's the best part of the whole piece, in my opinion. Not taking anything away from everything. I just wish more time would have been spent in the wings there, all those lines.
I mean, look how smooth that is.
Yeah, it's a beautiful transition there.
And here,
I like it, and it reads really well next to that heavy black. And I do like the wing, like as if the right amount of black with the right amount of gray with the right amount of breathable skin. It's just the lines in the wings just kind of, they're not touching. They look a little And then when you went in and filled these black areas, just a little bit more time to make sure that they're, I don't know, a bit more, just done a little bit nicer, right? Because some of them just kind of come down like this. I keep wanting to point to the screen. Go left a little bit more. Down, left and down. One of the, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Anyhow, some of the black coming off of those wings is a bit rough. And it's a shame because it's a whole bunch of little things that could have really made this one a banger. You know what I mean?
Taking it to the next level.
Yeah. And it needs to go to that next level. If you're putting it on human skin, it needs to be on that next level because that's the level that people, are paying you for. So I am trying. It's hard, man. It's hard.
It is hard, Mike.
It is hard, man.
Anybody that tells you it's not hard, and especially when you're learning, Mike, it's blowing smoke up your ass.
Absolutely.
But all of a sudden, what will happen? You'll just keep feeling like you're banging against a brick wall. But then all of a sudden, it will come together, and it'll be like you'll do something, and you'll think, "Oh yeah,
yeah."
The best thing, and I don't know, the best advice is to slow down.
Best advice, because I don't know what happens. Sometimes we feel like we need to get something done in a certain amount of time, or it's like, man, I got all this to do. Just nice and easy, one little pedal wing at a time, because there are so many good things here. Yeah, man, I think just a bit more work at it, and you're going to see your fake skin work go up another level, because I'm telling you, those leaves are nice. A lot of the lines are nice, but there are a lot of them that are, you know, double banged, a little heavy to light. You know, some of the
couple of little put down and pick up points. You know,
am I picking the wrong picture? I don't know. I don't mind the picture. I think that kind of throws me off a little bit is that red vine that runs up and the leaf kind of comes over and it feels like I'm not sure.
You see what for me, what I could have done, artist could have just taken this section, you know, of this hawk's head. This is another thing. Could have taken this section, composed it with some of these leaves, you know, taken this out, composed it with some more of these just leaves, sort of round it, and worked at that. What you've got to, the other thing as well that can make you feel like you're getting nowhere is picking too big a picture. And this, I'm assuming this is your piece of fake skin. You could have gone through here with this fake skin and done one on this half and one on this half, and it'd have been a little bit smaller. You'd have got two things, and it doesn't get away from you as quick. You know, having to work with big, massive areas on mags.
But I will say, Andy, we're just looking at this piece from here. There are a couple spots that are a little hard to read, and that's up around the neck area where the leaf and the head, because the red vine thing kind of becomes a stopping point where we can't see the rest of the body because that's where it stops. But if we're just look at it and we don't get in the weeds and look at the line in some spots, it's a cool piece. Like, it looks good from here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even when we get a little bit closer, it still looks nice. But we want to get in a little bit closer and say, okay, man, these are the things that we think you can do to take it up a notch. And most of those things require slowing down. And on big skin, you got to go even slower sometimes because it just doesn't saturate the greatest either. And getting smooth things to happen is also a big struggle. So,
what I would say to him though, Dave, you see how he's blended, like we say, you see how he's blended these colours off in the leaves. Whatever you've done there, mate, worked for you.
Yes.
Whatever you've done there has worked for you. Now, if you would have applied this, whatever you've done here, to this.
I can't see. What are you pointing at? I'm not seeing an arrow.
Got you?
Oh, there's an arrow now.
Sorry. If he'd applied whatever he's doing here, if he'd applied it to this area with this brown into this lighter brown and just done it that in there, that'd have been banging as well. Same,
Yep.
Sorry. Same there, Dave, innit? If he'd have taken the black from that line and just faded it out into this grey, same again.
For sure. And a little depth in that neck towards the bottom where the deep dark brown is, maybe just a little bit more depth down there would give it a little bit more, depth, you know, a little more dark maybe in there. But again, nice job though overall, you know what I mean? We're on fake skin. There are lines in here that are fantastic, right? We're just looking for consistency in those that'll help you out in the long haul. And then color blends are nice. The black is packed in some areas really well. So give yourself a pat on the back, but look at what you can do to move forward and improve as you go along.
What I would say, Michael, take these leaves that you've done, take them as reference. You know, and that's what, because you can do it. You know, that's what your color blends should look like between any color. So obviously you can do it because you have done it. So whatever you've done there works. So you just need to apply this into any blacks into greys or any other colours, and you'd be sound. You'd be banging.
Yep. I'm gonna just mute myself real quick, Andy. I'm gonna run over to the bathroom real quick, and I'll be right back.
I guess these are some of your works, mate. And I'll be honest, mate. I think some of your works, buddy. Because one that stands out to me is this one. I like this one. Again, maybe just from what I can see is on the colour transitions, but the B works. The B works really well. Oh yeah, I remember seeing this one. I actually liked this one. I just like the stylistic choice of this one and how it was done. I like these. This is nice. This is, and these. There's some good work on here, buddy.
Yeah, there is some cool work in there. We've seen a couple of.
We've seen some of this. I mean,
proper practice.
This. I like the look of this, Dave.
Yeah, definitely has a nice pencil sketch look.
Yeah.
Or drawing.
This stands out a mile. This B.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell he's got it. He's got it. He's moving. Yeah. It's just we have specifically looked into quite a few of these pieces actually. But I like he's trying different things, but not all at once, and now you see the incorporation of the colors coming in there.
Yeah, I remember that one. I really did like this one because it was like a painting style.
Yeah.
Because I can't get any further. Look at it. I mean, ooh, I like that.
That one, yeah, that one's cool. I think we saw that one on the channel too.
Did we?
I'm remembering quite a few of these actually.
I do like that composition on that one.
Yeah, there'd be plenty of people that would like that one.
Yeah, I do like the composition. Not turtle.
Man, you could definitely tell, Rob, you're definitely going to take this. You're going to run with it, man. You're currently running with it. It's just a matter of time, man.
Cool.
Wow.
You got any more? Is that one? No. Some good stuff.
Proper practicing here, though. Proper
practicing. Well done.
Yep. And these aren't all done on like world famous freaking fake skins either. Some of these are probably on not the greatest. So some are. It's hard to say from here, but overall,
yeah, there's some good work on here.
I look forward to seeing when the time comes and you start transitioning. But
yeah.
After looking at the last piece, I would hone in on the line work a little bit because I think you're going to find when you get to human skin that once you get past a couple that the shading starts to, work out a little bit better than on fake skin. The color can go in if you're doing it right, a little easier at times, but lining is not going to get better from fake skin to human skin. So definitely make sure that if you're thinking, I want to start maybe making this transition, then I would say focus purely on the line work because I think that might be the only actual deficiency. But then we look at some other pieces from here and I'm like, there's a lot of lines there and they look good from here.
Yeah.
So, but again, it's when you get closer, we see some of the.
I like that. I still like that piece. I remember that piece.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
So you're doing some good stuff.
Yeah, definitely gonna be doing some awesome stuff down the road for sure too.
So we got next Sean Coolidge. Hey guys, been watching every video. Thanks for helping all of us new to tattooing. Been tattooing a year now, only on weekends, on friends and family. During the week, it's all I look forward to doing. Lines are always a struggle, always going to be. And I always see what I could have done better. But I'm always learning something. Here's a couple I did. Cool. Thanks again for the content. No problem. Make sure you give it a subscribe then.
Oh, okay. Got some poison.
Yeah, a little
poison
bottle.
Okay. Well, maybe we get in a little bit further.
Yeah.
That's probably pretty fair. Well, I don't mind the greens, Andy.
No, I mean,
looks like they got a good few, and then right over on the very edge, we got some dark to really give it that rounded out feel. Not too bad. Not too bad there. I think the green outside of it is intentional. Like outside of that, because you see it throughout, must be intentional.
It's up in. It's got that little glint. I like. I would just give it that little glint as like a little reflection,
right,
off
I'm not sure the white's really doing anything.
No.
And that could be tricky, like figuring out how to get white in skin properly and look right and all that. And so for a while, I kind of kept away from the whites. And you can do that if you feeling like it's not working for you. A tattoo doesn't need the white. Tattoo I just did the other day and posted the other day has no white in it at all. I could put white in it and it would pop it some more, but you don't need the white if you let the tattoo breathe properly. I think that the string needs an end to it.
You mean to see that?
Yeah, you see that? I think it just needs that little end maybe of some kind. It just feels open.
Just needs some.
Yeah, maybe that would help it out a bit. Maybe the lines on the cap up there look pretty nice. The lines going around the left side look pretty decent. That line around the right side of the bottom there looks like might have hit it a couple times, but yeah, sometimes they'll give you a hard time. But overall, it's not too bad. Even the maybe the sign, the poison banner towards the end there a little bit here and there, but it's not a bad piece. It just needs tightened up,
I'll tell you what, I'd love to know which green this was. I'd love to know which green this was, unless he's mixed it himself. I'd love to know which green that was, because I'm always struggling
for a bright green, like a limey green.
For a really, really bright, neon-y green.
Yeah.
I've got lime greens and everything, but do you know when you're doing pieces and you'd like to have some like neon-y colours?
Yeah, you got to make those a lot of times.
Yeah, but it's coming through as a bright green.
See the top here.
This bit of a cork. Cool.
Yeah. Overall, I don't think it's bad. I think this piece just needs some tuning up a little bit. Just gets
a little confusion there, doesn't it? Where this comes down, and I think this is a label, and that's supposed to be like knotted through, and then maybe it should have just had like,
Yes, somebody was saying, Sean was saying like some strands at the end to kind of make it look like it's.
Yeah, I think it's
or something.
It's Sean. Oh, Sean's in chat. It's his tattoo.
Yeah. Like some strands is what he said.
Yeah, just something just to finish that off instead of leaving it open. Would have been nice. Just little things.
Yeah, this piece just needs some little things. Overall, it's still a decent little tattoo. You know what I mean? Yeah. I always like the little bottles and stuff. Just a few lines, but there's plenty of other lines that were nice and crispy. So you got it in you. It's just a little hard to be consistent every time, and I think that just comes with time. Had a stencil issue. That can be an issue too. Yep. And I think the cork color could probably stand to be saturated a little bit more. No, you're good, man. I'll just keep on blabbing my mouth till somebody does something. Aha. Okay.
A little cloudy.
Yeah, I think you really got to nail the drops on these. There's not a lot to them, and I feel like the drops are just a little like that bottom drop. I like it. It seems nice and cohesive and roundish. The other two, especially the upper left one, has a little bit more of a football-y look. And then obviously the stars can be a tricky one too. I've never been a fan of those ones, but if you do them, you really gotta again make sure they're all pretty uniform, or your eye draws to them.
This is quite a little bit of shading has got it. It looks quite smooth in areas.
Yeah, it's not too bad
down here. But super minimalistic.
Yeah, and that's the thing with minimalist stuff is, unfortunately, when it's minimalistic, it's that much harder because you really gotta. Oh, graffiti green by Eternal. I have graffiti green. I was thinking. I was looking at like
graffiti green. I'm gonna have to have a look.
Yeah, it's by Eternal.
So, Sean, sometimes I struggle on what I think should be. Can it be? Sometimes the simplest of tattoos can be the most unforgiving of tattoos.
Absolutely.
You've got nowhere to hide.
Right.
Nowhere. You've got to be on point 110% of the time because there's literally nowhere to hide.
And I think that's why we tell people, Andy, to really start with some smaller, liney pieces when they're practicing on fake skin. Obviously, you're past that now, but because of that, at the end of the day, that's going to be what bites you in the butt a lot of times. It's going to be that line work.
You see when I look at this, and you initially look at it, there's about 3 or 4 things that Sean, and they're just little things. Again, It's just little things, but all these little things add up that you pick on. When I initially look at it, the first things that stand out to me, one is this star.
Yep.
Two, I'll be honest, is this eyeball compared to this eyeball?
Yeah.
The next one, I can forgive that and I can forgive that. It's this one in comparison. If this one had been the same shape as that one, then that can be a different shape.
Right. And even that bottom one, I feel like the shape we're looking for would be a mixture of the bottom two, right? Like the upper right one, if it just had a little bit more roundedness to it. So that's what I'm saying. Like those drops kind of need to be uniformed. The bottom one could use a little bit more of a rounding, you know, not so flattish at the bottom, but there's not a lot here. So we see all the, you know, see all those things.
And the other one, the other big thing that sticks out to me, this here, this little bit there, let me zoom in. I can't get it any further. That there, that line not joining.
Right, right.
Sean says this star at first. Well, I don't know how you had the arm, Sean. I don't know how you had the arm and you were sat. But if that would have been me and the arm would have been out, and I'm right-handed.
Yeah.
So they'd have been laid on the front with their arm out. If that had been me, I would have probably, depending on which side of the arm I was sat at, I'd have either started here, you know, down on this corner, or if it was at the other side of the arm, I would have started here on this corner. Then I'd have started lining this so far through to here. I'd have lined this so far up to here, and then worked my way across. So then I'm not actually dragging my arm across my stencil and then wipe away.
I wonder if he was tattooing it like this then, because he said it was upside down. So maybe he had a.
Well, it might have been other way around then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Either way, you know, obviously, those are the kind of things you definitely want to follow the stencil on that.
Oh, I wonder if he's saying like that. Arm bent upward.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he had it like this,
cool.
So then he was starting from the bottom or the top.
I don't know about you when they're like that, Dave. I just usually lay them down and put them, you know, arm rest that way.
Yeah, that's typically the best way to do it. Or and if you need to, you can lay them flat on their stomach and put their arm out like this. That's another way potentially.
That's what we're actually trying to say.
But yeah, for a good stretch, this is good. But you can. I'd rather them be flat, you know what I mean? But to each their own. And I'd rather just have to use my stretching hand a little bit more than I'd like to.
Cool. Well, just a few little things. That's all. Minor.
Yep.
Just a few minors. So Bradley Pritchard. So you've seen the skull already, but the other two are new. The UFO got me. The UFO got me, Andy. Lol. Honestly, I'm just happy getting the machine back in my hands and going. Cheers, and baby, I'll laugh my ass off. You are welcome, Bradley. And baby, I'll back to you.
Baby. Right on, man. That's good. I'm glad to hear the machine's back in your hands because last week's tattoo was looking good, man, promising. And if you have a bad week, it's all right. It's on fake skin. We move on. Okay.
I remember that now.
That was last week. You know, that triangle minus the line in the upper left portion is not too bad. It's not too bad. I see the little bit. The clouds look nice.
Yeah.
You know, they look pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah, even the moon's not bad. I think it's the spaceship that does it for me, man. There's just too many. Yeah, that top piece though is nice. That's not bad. That's right there.
What does it for me and throws me off? I don't know. It's intentionally. See this coming through here, Dave.
Yeah, I don't think it was intentional. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe we're missing something. But that under portion too. One side's a bit more tight like this. The other one's a little bit more rounded, which kind of, again, but the background behind that, again, that moon, those clouds, he's got the potential for crisp, smooth lines, you know, single pass. It's just some spots are getting away.
Yeah, just some. But then I look at this, and I know this hand of Hamza's not finished.
Right.
I'm looking at these lines that are smashed in over this lotus, and they're solid. Yeah,
they are. Again, I like the thick line weight he's going with, and then This gives you a prime opportunity to go in with a smaller liner and have and put the extra details in. This should really be a nice piece here. Not everyone's going to be a winner. You know, the spaceship was off, obviously, you know that, but there were parts in there that were great. This one, I think, is going to be cool.
Yeah, this one, like you said, get in here with a smaller liner and do these.
Yeah,
good look, man. Look really good with that. I just, you know, when you see someone, you see lines of them, you think, yeah, they are bold.
Yeah, yeah. And of course, we don't know if in human skin would it be blown out, blah, blah, blah. You're not worried about that right now. You just want nice, clean lines. And then you worry about the rest later.
Yeah.
As you progress. Oh, there it is with just a spaceship.
Yeah.
Yep. But, yep.
Again, yeah, like I say, you just got to watch, especially with this, you've got to watch your artistic thing. Let me just flip back onto somewhere.
Yeah.
And the other thing as well, Bradley. Follow your stencil, bud. Follow your stencil. Where's your circle gone? It went on your stencil. You've not put it in.
Yeah, it comes back to those little things and really trusting the stencil, following it. I don't know if maybe he lost some of it, but it looks like most of it's here.
You got there. There's that one there that should be done. That's not done. That's why I went back to this one that he sent in, and it's still not on there. But you can see it's on the stencils there, Bradley.
Yeah,
but he's not put it in.
Right. Maybe he gave up on it. Was like, heck with it. It didn't go the way I wanted. I'm moving on to the next one. But good practice. Practice is practice.
Yeah, we've all had them ones. But no, good practice. What I will do is let me pop back to that one. Out of these, still like this one, you know, and I think the lines are banging on this.
Yeah, keep that tattoo machine in your hand, man. Keep practicing. Because look, these sizes, perfect sizes. You're getting them tight in there. You're utilizing this good fake skin that you have. You're getting comfortable using certain line weights, varying line weights. So continue at it, Bradley, man. I would love to see this continue.
Yeah.
See the work progress, because doing it smartly, you're gonna have failures. You're gonna have stuff you don't like. That's the way it goes. Just keep on trucking, man.
Yeah.
Cool beans, man.
Cool. Don't
forget to give the stream a like, guys, if you guys haven't already.
Yeah.
Subscribe if you're just jumping in here, trying to get Andy to 80 subscribers, because subscribers come and go. We want them to stay get to 80.
I know it don't sound like a lot, but honestly, if I ever hit triple figures in subscribers, Dave, I'll be pulling streamers on live on.
Oh, you'll be there, man. You'll be there. You'll be there. Give it a few weeks. You'll be over 100, man.
We've got Mary Cat Jason, aka Jason Cat Mary. Techie Pick is one of them.
The photo's showing Mary, but we know who it is.
Yeah, he's one of them. You can call him by whatever you want, as long as it's one of them names.
Yeah.
So what we got? Newest.
There might be words at the bottom. Scroll to the bottom, Andy. There it is.
All right, we go. 9-round shader, 5-round liner. Willie not done. Pardon? Willie not done. First clover on it, wrist over bone. I used 5-round liner and 3-round liner. At first time using a 3-round liner. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Two clover close to bend of arm. Use the right round liner. Right. Let's go back to the top.
Well, you just
I think it means Wiley, not. I think it means
Wiley.
Yeah, your Willie's not done.
Well, if you click on it, it should open up.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting colors, though.
Yeah.
I know. I've never seen Wiley with
purple
on. He's got purple hat, purple Tie, purple gloves.
He's been hanging out with Oompa Loompas.
I guess. Interesting again when it comes to the color choice. But can we look at the lining? You get a little closer to the suit, jacket, and pants.
Just 1 minute.
Yeah, absolutely, Andy.
Tasha, I've been following you guys silently for the last 8 months. Learned loads from you both. Just wanted to say hi. Just wanted to say hey. Is that Dean?
Dean.
Oh,
that's awesome.
How you doing, bud? Welcome to chat. We don't like jumping chat. Everybody's great. Stick your two penniless within. And any questions, mate? If we can help you, just put them in chat.
We'll everybody say hello to Dean.
Yeah, come on. Give Dean a big hi, or Tasha Moon. Come on, give Dean a big hi.
Yep. Hey, that's cool that you've been watching, though, and I'm glad you're able to take stuff away from it. It's good for me and Andy to hear that people are out there quietly learning, because we don't know sometimes. We're just like, we're just going to keep doing it, and hope that it's helping somebody. So appreciate you being out here and letting us know.
What's nice as well is it like that. Been following you guys silently for 8 months, but now feels comfortable enough and confident enough to jump in chat.
Yeah.
And get involved. And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. Welcome.
That's how you create community right there. But it's tough, man. I'm also, for the longest time, was a backseat watcher to a lot of groups that I was a fan of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad you stopped to read that one, Andy. I didn't see that one.
We had to read that one out. But again, I'm going to have to. Do you want to take this one while I nip to the bathroom, mate? Yeah,
that's cool right there, man.
Are you all right there?
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I can see enough to run my mouth for a couple of mini minutes. Okay, well, this is our friend Jason here. Dude, I really do like the lining on this. It's consistent, man. Like, the line weight is consistent throughout. And I like a bold line, especially in, like, these caricature style pieces. So, overall, man, I really do like the lining. Excuse me. Oh. I like the words going around the outside as well. I like that use color and whatnot. It seems to read fine from here. Again, line weight's pretty good. I'm getting a reverb back. I don't know where this comes from. It's driving me nuts. I think the downside would be a bit of the color. Like, some of the color feels a little on the patchy side, and that can be hard to get used to and get past. Some of the purples as well. I believe, obviously, it's done finished, and I can't wait to see it finished, because sometimes the color choices we make are purely dependent on the entirety, right? So, I mean, the colors you chose, man, I'm getting a lot of reverb. Love to see the colors you go for the suit. Dang, why is this so loud in the reverb? I don't know. I'm going to have to wait for Andy to get back, because this is driving my ears crazy. Oh, it's got to be a green suit. Those are some interesting colors, Jason. I don't know what made you go that route. Maybe that's what the client wanted. Not sure. But again, maybe this is like that whole Riddler. Riddler. It's coming to me now. I see with the question mark and whatnot. But no, overall, man, I think it's a decent piece. Solid lines are in good. Different line weights you have. Workout lines, readable. I just think it's going to be hard because you got a dark purple next to a dark brown next to a deep red. Oh, it's just reverb. Drive me insane. Is going to make for a dark piece, so I'd be curious to see how that's going to go down. I don't know about you guys, but this reverb is blowing my ears out over here. So hopefully Andy gets back soon so we can see if he can fix this. But anyhow, on side note, we got to wait till we can see more of the tattoo to continue talking about it. You got to try neon green. That'll be interesting, man. I'll be curious to see how this comes out. It could really turn out great. Hopefully use some varying greens. I wouldn't attack this with just a solid neon green. We need to get some depth into this thing because it's feeling flat, right? Where all the color is just boom, just that color, boom, just that color. Love to see some varying greens. Figure out where you want your light source to come from, and then just really start working it from there. Even in some of these purples, you can put some black to make one side darker if your light source stay coming from this side. and that'll allow you to put some real light green. Yeah, this reverb is just horrible. I almost don't even want to talk. Come on, Andy, hurry up, get back. This reverb is killing me. I'm gonna try turning this down. Well, then I can't hear it. Okay, guys. Is it better now? Nope, it's not. I'm thinking it's got to be on Andy's end. Echo City for sure, man. Because Andy's taking one of those, what do you call them? Old man pieces.
You singing, Dave?
Andy, we got to fix this reverb, man. It's really bad.
Reverb?
Yeah, it's like Echo City here. Let's see, is that better? No, it's still there. Danik was getting worried about you.
Yes.
Is this better? It's better. I still hear it, but it's a little bit better. Whatever you did helped.
Whatever I did helped.
I don't know what it was, though.
1 minute. What's that like?
Let me hear it. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, that's way better.
Is that way better?
That's way better.
Right, I've just think. Cool. Must be TV quite, you know, too close to camera because I've still got it pushed back.
Okay.
I wonder if. Is it better now then?
It's usually in my voice, but yeah, I don't hear myself anymore. Oh, it got pretty bad there. I just kind of had to stop talking.
Right. That's it. No problem. So, have we got through this one then, Dave?
What I was saying here, yeah, I was telling Jason, I think that the lining is good. I think he's got to find a light source, pick a spot for a light source because the colors are kind of coming in flat. And it needs some sort of curvature. He's going to do the jacket in green and the pants in green, I'm assuming, because it's a Riddler version of Wile E. Coyote.
Right.
Question marks and stuff. And if he attacks this right and gets like a light green to a yellow almost where the light would be hidden, and then comes in with like a darker green to really give it some shape and then carry that same idea along through where he's already gone, it would give it a bit more dimension, take away the flatness from it. But as far as lining goes, I like the lining in it. So yeah, I think that one's good.
I just wish, just something to watch out for. Because you got this purple, just punch that black in there just a little bit further. But you see this brown? I just wish that brown were a little bit more, saturated.
Yeah.
That would all. But nice and smooth around here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's getting that lining down, consistent with the weights and everything. The line weight, it's consistent looking.
Yeah. Looks done on purpose.
Yeah. Okay, I think.
Ooh.
Hey, go ahead, Andy. I just ran my mouth for a while there. I'll let you run your mouth for a little while.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few, Jason, there's a few faults. I mean, we're looking in here and round there. These lines are nowhere near as good as your Wiley, Coyote. They're looking quite, light, and maybe not so well put in. A couple down here look a little bit, scratched in.
Yeah, he's saying it's the first time you use a 3-round liner, and yeah, you got to be careful because if you're not laying it in right, you're not comfortable, then you're going to end up getting a scratchy feel from your 3-round liner.
Yeah, and they'll show every bump, lump.
Yep.
You can hit a paw wrong on skin, and boom, off it goes. This, that, and other.
Yeah, they're a double-edged sword. They are.
They are. Again, not looking quite in, and with a 3-round line, they can look in, and they're looking for a while, and then you wipe, and then all of a sudden they're gone because they just aren't in properly. But with the sounds of it, this, and you can see it. Just watch. I don't know whether this is see here working with lining. You see how it bumps out. you know, just on that section there.
Yeah. You know, the one thing I would be careful of, even though obviously everything we've already said, but one of the tricky parts here when you're dealing with these pieces that are so close together is making sure when you're aligning them, you're thinking about that, and that you're making sure you're not getting too close to one side of your line, because if you are, and you do that to both sides, now they get so close they're almost touching. And you see that a little bit in the left too. Those lines get so close they're almost touching, where in other spaces you got a decent little gap, where in the two other at the top you got the gap's a little bit smaller, but then on the left they're almost touching. And over time they're going to expand anyhow, so you want to preserve that as long as possible.
Yeah, just beat me to that. 'Cause the other thing you got, like Dave just hit on edge of there, these gaps in between here, here, and here. You've got to think over time these lines move out anyway, so the longevity of this tattoo is not going to be great in this, especially in here. And this point, I will probably say maybe give it 12, 18 months, and these are going to be starting to nearly touch each other.
Yeah.
You've also got to think of longevity of your tattoo.
Yeah, which is tricky sometimes because clients, you know, at the end of the day, they want what they want, and you know, you let them know, and then you do it.
Yeah.
But even if these meld together, it's not the end of the world. You're still gonna know, like, hey, that's a clover. Yeah. All right. Okay, different clover, one with the red and black.
Ooh.
Yep. I think we run into a similar thing with those lines, those clovers kind of coming together. Yeah. They look like hearts on this one, like 4 hearts, which is cool. I mean, I guess that's what clovers kind of look like when they're individual. But yeah, those lines there. I think that would probably be my only 2 real gripes here. I like the red. The red seems nice and saturated, and pretty smooth too. The stem line is kind of jumping out. You probably know that. You had to kind of hit that a couple times.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want them close, so be it. That's fine.
And what I am going to say on this one, Dave, that looks like a blowout. You know, there.
Sure,
looks like we've got a blowout here. This, I don't know what's going on in between here, but this all looks blown.
It could be, and if it was, at least the saving grace here is that they're close and the blacks are there, and you kind of can disguise it if it is there. I still will get blowouts here and there in my work. I get a little crazy with it, but most of the time you can kind of hide them here and there. And in this case, at least it's hidden. But I do think you're right, Andy. It could be looking like a little bit of haze under the skin.
Just that haze. You've got that black haze, especially there and here. It may be just because the lines are close together, and as it heals, they may lighten out. Just because sometimes when your lines are close together and how the ink's deposited in skin, it can look like this, but once it gets locked in, it will heal out a little bit.
Yeah. And is that an orange on the stem? That's different.
Yeah.
Kind of cool. I think personally, again, you obviously made this tattoo for somebody who wanted something specific. So everything I'm saying is at this point is opinionated. I would look better in a black or in a red, really. I don't know if that's orange. It's kind of, I don't know. It's not doing it for me. Feels a little off.
Maybe for me, a black, down, faded down, and maybe just a tiny little bit of red just whipped up at bottom.
Sure. And then if you want to hide that line right there on that stem, I think it would look nice if that whole stem was blacked out. I mean, I don't know, that would hurt it, and that would then therefore give you a way to kind of hide that line. Yes. But I mean, if it doesn't bother the person, who cares at that point? But
nope.
Yeah.
Good work though.
Yeah.
Thank you for sending it in. Yeah,
nice stuff, man. It's good to see you still at it. I look forward to seeing this coyote finished, man. That'll be fun.
Kenneth Brawley. Is Kenneth still in chat? Hey, Andy and Dave, just a couple of things I done last week. Figured I'd send them in to support the channel, and looking forward to what everyone has to say. Appreciate that. Appreciate the support. See what we've got, Dave. Oh.
Hey, look at that. Yeah. Yeah, that's a fun looking tattoo. I do wish that the
It's
reds and the greens were a little more saturated.
quite a big piece as well.
Yeah, it's a bit dark. Bit dark. I know I was trying to get some breathability in there. And again, this isn't a style I do, excuse me, much up. So I don't know, like, if, there's certain things you do, this, that, and the other. But yeah, maybe if that red was a little more saturated. But
What I am going to say with this, what would have been nice with this, and I know we say it thing. You see this flint wheel?
Yeah.
It goes black into a little bit of grey. It's just a thing. If that had been me, what I'd have done is I'd have just got a clean 3 out of 5 round liner, and I'd have just randomly dotted some white into there, to give it that, glint, a texture.
Yeah.
Because flint wheels have got a texture, and also you see that spacing on them lines there. I'd have just there, and a couple of little bits in here. Just put a little bit of white in, not much, but I just put a couple of little bits of light. Just because, as you were saying, it's quite dark.
Yeah, it is quite dark.
Looking at it, the line work is good.
Yeah, that's what I was. Just gonna say. I was like, well, the line work is good.
Yeah, the black's in.
A few little spots here and there, but you're gonna find that in everything.
Yeah, the black's in really well.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I look at this little circle. And then I also look at, you see this set of parallel lines here?
Yep, sure do.
Cool. You know what I mean?
I like the look of the spot there where the flame comes out, like, that metallic down.
This.
Yeah, like it's a nice breathable area. You can feel the curvature on it. It has a metallic you feel. That's nice. But I think finding a way to pull back on the black a little bit, or find spots where the skin tattoo can breathe just a little bit more, would help a little bit,
Yeah, you see, out of all that, you said all that, the only real piece for me is, you see this lid?
Yep.
That would be there, and other side of the lid would come down somewhere this sort of like direction.
I was wondering the same on that one.
We've got all this black in there, whereas even if that inside of that lid had just been black, and some of this had been left as a little bit of an open space just in there,
right?
May have been. Would have been nice. What would have been nice is maybe just richen, just in corners, not overly done, just richen some of this red up, and maybe just put a little bit of darker green in there, and richen some of this red up for maybe just a slightly darker tone. And if I were going to be thinking, what would have been nice for this piece? These flames, if they hadn't had a black line round them.
If they what?
If there wasn't black lined.
Well, I wondered the same, but I also wonder if it isn't the like the style to have the black line, and the fact that they're kind of like stiff like this. I think that probably, I'm assuming, must have been intentional part of like the design,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go. It's one for you.
Finally got enough black. It did, but I mean, it looks good when you put enough black in there. But yeah, this might be too much cowbell. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Too much cowbell.
No, it's done well.
Yeah, it's nice though. We just literally at this point just discussing it. I mean,
and it's mainly artistic points.
Hey, look at that one. That one's cool.
Another Jason Voorhees mask.
Yeah, we've only seen 1,000 of those. But hey, this one's different though, because it's got more going on around. I love the grass.
You know what?
The grass makes me smile.
You know what this one's had, don't you?
What's that?
It's had the Bob Ross touch.
It has, man. It has. It's got the happy trees and the
trees,
the little building back there.
Cabin, his mountains. He's got the Bob Ross touch. Jason Voorhees has had the Bob Ross touch.
I like this piece, man. I just like it. I like it. It's got the right amount of black. Okay.
Yeah.
The colors are solid, but he's able to get dark and bright in there. It's not overly complicated, It's not a realistic piece. It's just a cool piece, man. The diamond looks solid.
It's a cool banger, illustrative, piece. And when you go out to, let me go on there, out to about there where it should be viewed from, it's bright, it's eye appealing.
Yeah.
These are looking fairly good, you know, down either side. Diamond's looking fairly even. Same again, these lines. Mask's not overdone.
Mike says, "Come on, Dave, it needs more black."
Yeah.
Yeah. If he'd have just blacked this arm out, it would have just taken it to another level. You know what I mean?
Sean
Just would have
Coolidge
put a whole lot of depth in there.
Yeah, Sean Coolidge, I agree. Bob Ross was the man.
He was, dude. Still is. Still is. Man was just a good human being too.
You tell me somebody, Dave, that doesn't really like art that hasn't watched at least a Bob Ross video.
Man, I used to watch Bob Ross with my dad. He used to put it on TV and stuff. We used to watch it. And it's just fun because you're just seeing this. You know, you sit back there, especially young, you're like, oh, this is what is he doing? This looks stupid. And then 10 minutes later, you're like, what did he just do? Yeah. I watched him do it. Well, how does it look real now? And then, you know, I never picked up oils or anything, but I definitely sat on the couch and judged the heck out of him as a kid till I realized that he was a master. Yeah. Big influence.
Kenneth, I do like this piece. It's nicely done. It's just enough without being too much. And it is what it is. Like Dave said, it's just a super fun piece.
Yeah, I think the lines are all pretty good too. The only lines that you can really see that you could go, hey, will be the sword lines. And they got a little bit of wobbling in them, but from here and the whole piece as a whole, it's good, man. I'm not going to say anything about it.
It is. I mean, nice piece. It's just a super fun piece. And for me, Dave, I do like how he's done this mask with just his little hint, just enough over eyes, over here, and round the nose. I mean, we've seen this nose done on this mask so many times it's been screwed up. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But it's just got that little bit of brown here, a little bit of brown there, which makes it look like it comes out.
Yeah, and had it just been this mask sitting here, though, Andy, had just been the mask, I'd have been like, something's missing. You know, I mean, it's there with this, that, and the other. But when you add it all together, the mask isn't the only thing happening. There's so much other stuff. And actually, the mask provides a certain amount of open skin and lightness. You reading Art Ulator's comment there?
I am. He's going.
Yeah. In the beating the devil out of them, just beat the devil out of them. But he really did trust the process. And in tattooing, you got to do that because if somebody walks in mid-tattoo and they look at it and they're like, oh, man. And I love it the first time I do a large piece on a new client because you can tell they're kind of watching like kind of looking like, what the fuck is going on here? And then by the time you're done with your first tattoo on that client and they realize like, oh, wow, okay, the trust is there. And then the next time they come in, you know, it's like they can look at it and be confused as heck, but they trust the process. And you as a tattooer, like also trying to trust the process.
Yeah. What I will say, Waldo Buke, or whatever, Waldo is not sure. Nice work. Online looks not center place of arm. Right. If you look at this arm's twisted, this thumb's up in air. Look at this point. Come down. It's in the middle of the wrist. This arm looks to me twist. You know, it's got a little twist on.
It does. In the photo, it is bent slightly. And so even if we take all that in consideration, it could still be off, but it could be perfect. And it's so hard to tell. I mean, there's times when I line it up perfectly, mark, and you put it on there and you move the arm slightly in a weird position anywhere off from there. And it's slide up. So you do your best, but
you don't.
No, it would be hard to know. I'm
just looking where this is up here and now this palm bit's turned up a little bit. But I'm looking at that point to the midpoint, you know, which is roughly here under this part where your thumb goes to there. And if I follow it up,
you can't see the arrow.
Yeah.
Sometimes the arrow is there on it. Sometimes it's not. Like with your pointer, sometimes you got to move the mouse around or something, then it'll come back.
But like I said, cool. Well, we got Paolo Villamil. Oh, if I butchered your name, I do apologize. Right. Hi there, Paolo here again. I promise this time I won't sneak in y'all's old artwork. Instead, I'll have the apprentices work and mine and see what you guys think.
Cool.
Also follow me at Chromatic Ink. How did I get Joey and not you guys? I'm sure Achromatic Ink. I thought, oh, following Achromatic Ink. I'm not right sure.
I have no idea what he said.
Let's look at this one.
Must be the apprentice work, I'm assuming.
Well, I'm assuming it's apprentice work. And Paolo.
It's a good practice because there's a boatload of lines, you know. I'll have to zoom in just a little bit more on our end. Yeah. All right.
I mean, unfortunately, Paolo, I mean, he's not packing, you know, and getting in.
Yeah, no, the lines, especially on all those arcs, they're going past the line or short of the line. The lines aren't quite connecting. And then when you get up under the right side of the face over there, accuracy is out real low. Even if the line's not consistent, we still want to at least try to be accurate, you know? Yeah, and accuracy is not there either.
Yeah. And you see where he's come around the side at face, stopped here, picked up again there, but he's on outside of it, come round this line. This is all things that this apprentice has got to work on, not up to edges.
Yeah, definitely a lot of work to still be done here, but great that he's on the fake skin. The saturation, the blacks, you can see where it's being rushed through. The shading, I wouldn't even necessarily call it that because it's just rake marks of a lighter tone, which I guess some would say that would be considered shading. And then the lines, I mean, I like that he's using a thicker line weight, but it's just very inconsistent everywhere. I would tell the apprentice, in my personal opinion, to just do smaller pieces. Why are we doing? I mean, this is a great practice because there's a boatload of lines, but definitely smaller pieces. You're not gaining anything from this, really.
You don't.
Aside from getting to the end going like, yeah, it's not there.
Yeah, it's like we've said. Let me just use the full piece for this, especially. There should be split it this way, split it that way, get forward on this bit. That's where there should be at this point. They should be working on 4 pieces in here, smaller, because otherwise this is what happens. Basically, it gets away from him. It's too big, and the level of concentration just wanders.
Right, and if he's going to use this size needle, it's good. Again, good size needle. I would just attack smaller pieces until using that same main liner or whatnot, and just get confident running shorter, smoother lines.
Until he gets smoother lines in and he's consistently packing them smooth and pulling them, you know, as smooth as they can.
Absolutely.
Well, I guess this is...
Noise. I like it, man. Can we zoom in a little bit? I mean, we don't have to get like crazy far in, but I like this piece a lot, man.
I mean,
I think it's breathing nicely. They got the breathing around the nose and here and there.
It's nice. Yeah. I mean, if Jeremy Dennis is still floating about in the eyelashes, Jeremy, look at these.
Look at my eyelashes. Look at my eyelashes.
Look at this got this little soft work in here with this lighter tone.
Yeah. But he was smart enough to put lines where lines needed to be, right? It's like I got a hint of a bit of like semi-realistic stuff going on here, but he was smart enough to put a line around the outside of the face because, longevity, you need something to hold this thing together. Line around the bridge of the nose there, a little here, a little around the lip. It's going to keep it together. But you know what I'm going to say for the most part is I still wish, and this is, again, just my personal opinion, that a little bit more of that black that is down in her bottom half was brought up a little bit. Like I like where the black is in the braids and stuff there. Yeah. It's in the depth. I just wish that was up at the top a bit more in the hair maybe. And it wouldn't even be a lot. Just how they just have that little bit here and there in the braids. I think that little bit up at the top would have been nice. Or even around where that like helmet piece kind of comes in on the face there. Just really like even giving that a bit of a thicker blackness right in there would have been nice. And push some of those strands of hair in more and back a little bit would have been cool as well. But I mean, overall, it's a cool piece, man. I like it.
It's a nice piece. I mean, I love this hair. This is really well done.
Yeah,
really
getting nice, smooth braids.
This flow, the tones. I like what he's done here. He's kept this sort of like dark, this body tone dark, but then gone even darker with this through it.
Yeah, kind of like shaded it all back, like pushed it all back, which was cool.
Love the lips. Really do like the lips. And even down to like this, this forehead band. That bandana here. Just done it, but then it put this super black line in there, which gives it that ding, that bit of shade, a bit of darkness. Nice work. And you look at these lines are looking nice, through here.
Yeah, I like the cool lineage that's going on both behind it and in front of it. Cool. A lot of movement in it.
Yeah, nice piece.
Yeah, fun to look at. Here we go. Another style, kind of more of a breathing. A breather. Dave, I think it's half healed. That's why values are lighter on face. And that's a good point. Are you later? We jump back that one real quick. She brought a point that it might be half healed, which would make some sense. Yeah, maybe the top's got some healed in it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm buying that now.
Yeah, could be.
I believe that. Yeah, that could definitely be why that the tones are a little bit more richer black towards the bottom. Right, Sean. Thank you.
Yeah. Nice piece, super delicate.
Yeah, I like it.
Loving this section here with dark, lighter, right into open, lightness.
Yeah, and I think that's what we talk about a lot, where it's like you just got to put the depth where it needs to go. And it makes those petals feel like they're open. They don't feel flat because there's just the right amount of darkness put right where it needs to go. And the rest is pretty well left open, but it reads well. It works out. The lining's smooth. Give them credit to all those little lines coming out of each one of those leaves. Fine needle grouping to do that in. Yeah, very nice. I like it a lot. I'm sure this person probably loves it as well.
Scalage on the snake, without going too wild. Body follows around.
Yep.
Kudos for all these lines, all run through and everything through this. Follow around. Nice piece.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Reads great. Classic. And it's done well. I think it stinks when people want tattoos like this, and hopefully I'm probably offend some people, but I'm so tired of looking at these tattoos, this particular one. But this one is done nicely though. Like it's not an overly complicated tattoo, but my brain tends to overcomplicate these kind of things, and it looks nice. But I'm tired of seeing it.
But his fur texture's on point.
On point, man. I hate fur, and so I can appreciate a good fur. Yeah. And even the way it comes down off the nose there as it dissipates out, I like that. The smooth shading in the eye, I like it.
You got this little bit in here, and then it's like black, and his ear, and just got a little highlight, and through, and everything. Nice. It's nice work. It's nice work.
It's definitely nice. Just if you're out there, please stop tattooing this. I guarantee tomorrow someone's going to ask me for it just because I said it.
Yeah.
I'll say no.
But it's from Paulo.
Paulo, I think it was in the chat, Paulo. And the first one was his apprentice. So totally different people. Yeah. Nice work. Thanks for sending it in. Let's take a look at it, man.
Jimmy. God, Jimmy. We start that one. Brian.
Is Brian where we're going to? Is that the last one?
Brian looks like where we're going to. We started off with a few and we end up with 900.
I know. I'm going to mute myself again and just run to the bathroom real quick. It's right over here.
So we've got Jamie. Is it Benoist? This is healed and about 1.5 years old now. Was probably my 5th tattoo on skin and my first attempt at shading done on my own thigh. Well, at least it's on your own skin. Obviously, there's been some line fallout, like the outlines at the top of the diamond and below the eye. I just haven't got round to reworking it yet, but certainly made the one eye look pretty wonky. Right. Yeah, Paolo, like I say, good work, buddy. Really nice work. Enjoyed looking at it. Fur, loved the fur, loved the headpiece. And yeah, you just got to get your apprentice up to your skill level now, Paolo.
Yeah, right. But I mean, he's got time, no rush. Hey, interesting. I like him. I wish the diamond was a little cleaner, but
yeah, it's 1.5 years old now. Is this?
Oh, okay, all right. It's kind of it's kind of simply done, but I think it works though. Again, minus the diamond. I'm not a fan of the diamond.
Yeah,
It's so wobbly.
Like I said, diamond. This line, I think, over here, this line on the top of the diamond has packed its bags and gone. Because it doesn't look like to be all left in here. Again, like you say, see over time, see how this shading is more blended into each other.
Yeah.
And got softer. I mean, I know it does say that it's got its failings, but I'm also a bit of a sucker for a well-aged tattoo. And that bit of a wobble here.
Yeah, I think that bottom diamond part is really the only thing that's getting me. Because overall, I think it's it's pretty straightforward. I think that what helps is they got that texturing at the bottom of the lip there, like the bottom of the chin thing there, because we got a lot of open white area, which actually reads quite nicely because your eye, we kind of know this animal, and then you get that sort of like wrinkly, dimply look under the chin, which works here. Yeah, and it works. And they put black, I think, in appropriate spots and more like a gray tones in the other spots so that the nose reads well. Yeah, I think overall it's pretty good. I just think, especially after aged for years, I think just that diamond there at the bottom. They have a thick line at the bottom and like no line at the top kind of a thing. So yeah, the diamonds kind of was throwing it off, but overall, it's fine. It's fine after a few years of aging.
Yeah, it's a few years of aging. Like I say, it's still all right. It's on about reworking it a little bit, but I'll be honest with you, I'm a sucker for an old tattoo. I won't go too far into it. And really wouldn't have gone too far into it. So, what's going on in chat here?
What's up?
Thank you. Things are super cute. Like I say, what's this? Nice work, Paul. The real skin we just saw on top of every pic was a different name.
Oh, wait, what?
What's this? Have we been out again?
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I guess if we did, it was the same guy that like last time put our work in there. Remember?
Yeah, you let Waldo. Yeah, you let. I saw that also. Pick with different Insta names. Okay.
Go back and take a look. See whose they are.
Yeah, Danix put. Yeah, you noticed too. Can't land a Spider-Man, but on real skin, every picture, the names on the top was different. What's up, Dan? Look, I'm not going back, Dave. If we've been had, we've been had. Whoever's I critiqued, that good work were good work.
I agree with you, man. Like whoever's they were, his or as a friend, it doesn't matter.
Whoever's what Spider-Man needs
was
to
trash and needs more work, but the rest was good.
I didn't Spider-Man did all that other stuff.
Is that so, Smoke? Is that so?
But yeah, going back to this one, I really won't fix too much on this. Maybe just re-outline this diamond, and I don't know. I'm just a sucker. I don't think it looks too bad aged in like this.
Yeah, no, I think it looks fine. Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know what you'd really do to redo it, man. I would have to see a photo of the reference.
Yeah, it is what it is. Sometimes it's thing. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. I won't go too far.
Yeah, we can move on to the next one. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. No, that's it. So cool. What we got? Yeah, Jamie. Like I say, just be careful if you're going to go in and fix it. Sometimes you can fix it and think you're fixing it and make it worse. Casey, at you later. Here we go.
What you got for us today, Archuleta?
Yep, long time since we've seen out. Of course, just finished now. Had a few pieces, very patchy fill, but I've tried 9 round shaders for avocados. Nah, still don't like it. Right, 9 round shaders.
Hey, we got some avocados from Mexico. And
first off, before I go any further,
sure.
Even at this size, I can see that, and I know how big a cartridge is.
Yeah.
Avocados, 9 round shaders, 7 curve mag. Sorry,
I would use a 7 curve mag as well. You could get away with a 9 round shader though. I mean, you're gonna saturate that in there really well with a 9 round shader.
It would, but you know what I'd be bothered about over that sort of distance? It's just chewing them up.
Yeah, I think I've done a lot with a 9 round shader and packing color, and yeah, I mean it is a lot more power and a direct punch, if you will. But I run a shorter stroke and a bit slower when I pack with them around shaders. So with the proper technique, I think you could. It's a debatable whether it would be faster or not, because a lot of times that round shader will punch it in one go, you know. She used a 13 curve mag to fill it in.
All right, cool.
So there, that answers that. But yeah, okay. So with that out of the way, I love that red rose up there, though. That looks nice.
Yeah,
you know, it's simplistic, nice blends, open areas, lines are in there. The leaves are fun too because they're, you know, the light's hitting them in various ways, you know, and it works a lot. I got the dark greens, light greens, but it maybe yellow blended in there. Nice. Yeah, I'll stop talking. Let you say a few words.
No,
just keep going and take all the stuff away.
No, it's right. Like, so you got your dark greens things. What I would just say, and this is just artistic, no other than that, maybe just try play around if you do some leaf studies. Try playing around, putting some like golden yellow in, you know, and mixing it out, putting a bit of golden yellow in and see what tones you can get, you know, on these outside, just little bits on these outside edges. Again, this bit here, and it's not that I don't like what you've done, maybe this bit here, maybe gone with a bit of pink, bit of a pinky colour.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think if there's any spot on this I would change, it would have been there. And I don't know, you can get wild with that. It just depends on what you want to do. I've seen people go as far as like pop a yellow, even though it doesn't make sense. Sometimes it really looks cool. Obviously white, but white doesn't work the greatest in fake skin. A pink, yeah. I mean, the sky's the limit there, but obviously is what it is.
Like I say, could have popped a bit of pink in, you know, just in lighter spots. Even if you didn't want to go too pink, pick your red up, but then dip into your pink just to brighten it a little bit. Go in. But yeah, I mean, there's no point in critiquing the line work. I mean, we've critiqued her line work.
It looks good.
So blow your face. I mean,
I quite like it.
Like we've said, I'm not going to bother. Unfortunately, I'm not going to bother critiquing her line work really now until she's on real skin, because that's where it'll change all. That's where it'll change all again.
And I really like in that flower up there as well is the proper depths in there. Like black is put in or something extremely dark. I think at the very bottoms you really just kind of whipped out or peppered in just a little bit of black, and it shows, especially, you know, where the petals are, or I say petals. Yeah, that's right. Petals kind of lay on top of each other. There's just enough of a little bit of a shadow under there that helps.
Oh, the other thing is, if you don't want to go with the black, Dave, take this darker red and dip it in a dark brown.
Right, but I think it needed that little extra. You do that, you build that layer, that dark layer, and then you go back, in my personal opinion, with a little bit of black and just put that in there. She said she used black first. She just said, yep, it was shaded with black first. Interesting. Okay.
But no,
It's funny how everybody has their like
this,
process, the way they do it. You know what I mean?
yeah. And my process isn't the same as your process.
Right, exactly.
But my process works for how I work, whereas
Right.
your process works for how you work. Whereas Kessia's process will work for how she works, and so on and so forth. And
So true.
sometimes, and you'll think about this, Dave, sometimes or not, it's just a bit of trial and error.
Yes, yeah, and it's being okay with changing your process too. I think that's a thing. Even though you might be finding a process, get a process. You know, whether that's you do whatever first, then you do this, then you do that, but then being okay and willing to change the process if you find something that works better. You dabble in it a little bit, like you said, test it out. I don't like it. Somebody messaged me, I think Ink King Lee, also known as Ink King One. I think he messaged me and said, hey, I'm not a fan of the Mast Pro cartridges. You know what I mean? But he bought a few boxes, tested them. He says it just wasn't for him, which is interesting because I'm like, I quite like them. But again, that just shows that different strokes for different folks.
Right. Question. We've got a question. Guys, is it okay to put black shading under the colour? Will it heal okay? Yes, it's been done for years.
Yeah, it's the way they've done it forever.
Yeah.
I don't do it that way, but that's the way it was because nobody taught me anything.
If I want dark, what I'll do, I will put it in, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll do is I'll put it in first, like to put it in first. But then when I colour, I will colour back over the top of all of it.
Right.
Right. And then when it's done, my last thing when I've done with a piece like that, if you know how you would go back in and put white in, you know, normal. What I will do then is, if I want it just a little bit darker, what I'll do is, like you said, then is just take my mag with some black and just tiny little flicks out of it, just to richen that colour up.
Yep.
Back over the top of it, clean it, and I'm out of there. So then I'll have done like my black gradation out, and I brought my red back over at top, finished it, and then just before I've done, I wiped it all off, and I say I'm finished. I might not as much black again, but just some tiny little bits of black to get it super rich and dark up back edge, and they heal fine. It's been done like that for years. Yeah,
it's kind of similar to how I do things, slightly different, but again, that's the beauty of it. But yeah, a lot of people, I'm not a fan of shading something and then going over with color.
Yeah,
personally not a fan. But again, like Andy said, that's the way it's been taught for a long time too.
Yeah.
I just render it all right there in the tube, and again, like you said, Andy, going back just like you do whites, and really popping those blacks out.
And you, like I say, you don't have to put nowhere near as much in when you're tipping it off. You know, right at the end, you can just go for the line and just little flicks, just tiny little bits out, and corner of your mag, just in corner of, if you're coming into a, shall we say, a section that's shaped like that, just get corner of your mag and you can just whip a little bit out, gently, just to richen it up. Yeah.
Well, Jason asked, do you color then shade? No, I do it all at once. It happens all at one time. If I'm going, let's say it's a blue, a red, and I'm getting towards the depth, the bottom, then I will go ahead and I will grab a dark red, or I'll start mixing that red with the brown, and I'll render it right there. And then as I get further, I'll dip into that black and put the depth in. You know what I mean? So yeah, it kind of happens all at once. I don't shade it, and then I'm just looking at the color. Like, what color is that? Okay, that looks like a deep brown. Or I'm gonna put the deep brown in. That's a dark. maybe take the deep brown and mix it with the black and get the really dark. And then maybe I'll leave this spot open here in the middle because I'm going to come back with another tone and fill that, you know? So yeah, I don't actually shade anything. It's all happening all at once. If that makes sense, hopefully it does. But again, everyone's process is different.
It is.
But yeah, back to archulator stuff. It's cool. I like it.
It's cool.
You know what I mean? And the avocados, how fun is that? My daughter would have a kick. Oh,
it's just one of them things. You just got to keep smashing away at it.
Yeah.
Jezebel Lemon. I don't know your surname. Unfortunately, I'm not going to butcher your surname. So it's Jezebel. Hey guys, here are some of my work to review. The second woman face tattoo are just first session. Right. So let's start at this end. Now this, let me just zoom out. Is this a thigh?
Yeah, that's a thigh. Yeah, that's a thigh.
It's a thigh, isn't it?
Huh. Yeah, that's a thigh. Well, can we get a little closer, Andy? It's weird being on this end because on your end it's always bigger. Well, that sounds bad. You know, most of the lining's pretty good. I see a couple spots, but you know, most of this lining is pretty decent, right? And I like what they got going on for shading. Like they got some decent gradations here and there. I just don't know. The eye, I'm not a big fan of. And can we see the face a little bit more?
Waldo.
Or do you want to talk about the butterfly?
That's me, Wally Tattoo. What I am going to say is, just before we go down there, this texture on this center of this flowers, I like it.
Good, I'll give you that too. Yeah, those little dots in there and just a little bit amount of shading. Yeah, it definitely has this sort of like furry ball feel.
Yeah. It feels like you could just grab it and you've just got that, you know, that texture on it.
Yeah. And you know, another thing I do like is I really like the that little butterfly on the right side. Like it's pretty crisp for being little, you know what I mean? Okay, so as far as the composition goes, I'm not feeling it. We have these two floating flowers down here at the bottom. And I like the way they're done. I like the shading on it. Like it's nicely done. Depth's where it needs to be. Okay, so we got the composition feels a little off. A couple flowers here and there. You know, it's no big deal. But then I'm just not feeling this lion face thing. I don't know. There's a lot of techniques that are nice here. This whip shading's nice. The gradations are nice. The eye on the girl is just off for me as well.
This.
Hard to put my finger on it, you know?
Very liney. It's just a bit, you know what I mean? Very liney. And that obviously this doesn't look finished. This eye doesn't look finished. Can I just look at something? This butterfly, you've got, comes around here, you've got this drop part, then you've got this and this on this butterfly at this side. I don't know what that is. If it is meant to be part of butterfly, you would have thought, because the thing, you would have seen it. Still needs extra session, and the mandala under it, as this is only the first session. So what I would say is, it's got some features in that I like.
Same.
Would be nice if we just got a bit more texture through the hair and this eye finished. Love the center of this. And that. So, but what I would say with this one then is resend it in when you've done it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's come down to composition because there's just some nice, smooth things happening here. Like the person knows how to tattoo. Like you said, Andy, detail on the hair. I guess that's just creeping me out a little bit, the way the face and the lion come together. But I think it will look cool with that mandala behind there when they do that. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not sure what it is. But hey, cool. Thank you for letting us take a look at it. I'd love to see it finished. Please send it in finished because that would be awesome.
It'd probably be easier to
listen to
composition when it is finished.
Listen to Casey where she says, "Don't do the color eye." Yeah, don't do the color eye. Everybody wants color in the eye. It's crazy. Is this? Well, geez, this looks like a different person did this one. I like this one more. I like that it's in the leaf. Could get a little more texture there in the fur, maybe, but I like we're getting some solid black in the nose, which is nice.
Well,
I'll let you say what you got to say there, Andy.
Yeah, it's still not. I would maybe just more of a fur texture to it. This eye, I'm quite liking this eye.
Yeah.
I can just see enough on my monitor as well. I can just see enough blacks and lighter tones, you know, in the nose and that through there.
It reads really, really good from, not that it doesn't read good close up, but from a little bit of ways away, man, it really reads nicely. Like really, which is probably the way most people are going to see it when you're moving around and whatnot. It's going to be like, wow, look at that. And it really cuts across the arm cool. And the fact that it's in this leaf or feather is pretty cool. Yeah, I think just maybe a little bit more texture in the nose and in the fur would help out. But again, I hate fur, so who am I to say? I wish the nose had just a little bit more depth in it, and it wasn't so black with the 2 white highlights. But those little where the whiskers come out, where they have those little like undershadow dots, and like I really like how they did the light shading in that light open area. And they put the right part of the lion in that feather to where you get the most depth of feel of it too. So a lot of good things going on here.
Yeah, it's I think he put on this was almost half a year ago when he done this one.
Yeah, I like this one personally more than the other one. It has a little bit more detail, a little more depth of feel, where the other one felt a little more flat. But again, obviously it's a different design. It's a different person. It's a different thing. Hey, I like that. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. I like that one a lot.
Clean banger of a tattoo.
Yeah, definitely clean.
And I like how it's taken the black around the flames in this area where the logs are, but then left these flames without the black line.
Right. Hey, I'll be right back, Andy.
You up? Oh, and then these rocks, how you've lined them, you've got your dark greys and you've got your lights in through here. This is cush. I mean, I don't know, get on it. You've just even gone down to you've put a little bit of black shading or whatever in here, in there. You've really gone to town on this one. This is super clean, super banger. It's got all its highlights. It's open space.
Yeah, I like that they redlined around the top flames.
And like I say, it's bulletproof. Bulletproof, that one. Well done.
The stones look cool too.
Yeah, that's what I was just saying now.
Oh, okay.
We've got like this darker here, and then it goes a little bit lighter here. You've got open there, and then it looks like you've either got a light grey or a white over the top.
Oh, okay. I don't want to be a dead horse. My bad.
No, but I'm just saying it's a banger bulletproof.
Yeah, it's nice, man. Oh, we've seen this one.
We've seen this one.
Well, maybe not this one from this person, but this is definitely a design that's been done. And I imagine it's obviously not finished either.
No. What I will say is, straight off bat, watch here. You don't bypass on. You don't bypass on lines.
Yeah.
Same. Oh, same again. I can't zoom in any further. Can you see it there?
Yeah. Well, I like the shading they got in those little leaves down there, though.
Yeah.
Ooh, looking cool. I think this one's got promising. I'd love to see where it goes.
I'd love to see where this one goes.
Yeah, some lining issues here and there, but there's a lot of potential. I just wonder
how you finish it off.
Yeah, because I like the way you've got those leaves top and bottom, the way those are shaded and whatnot. I do like that style you got going on there. This has a lot of potential. Where it sits is pretty good, in my opinion. You know, I've seen this one a few times, so again, curious to see what you do with it and how you approach it. Some of the hair and the lining in the hair is a little here or there, but you're gonna see the same stuff on my own. If I do long lines like that, it's just sometimes it doesn't go perfect.
No, but like I say, I'd like to see where that one goes.
Yeah.
I'd like to see how it's finished off.
There's nothing jumping out at me going like, oh man, you might want to work on this. Oh, yeah. Overall, not too shabby. Not too shabby at all.
Inbox, and the last one is Brian Doe. Brian Doe. I wonder if he's related to Scooby.
Scooby Doo and
Scooby Doo.
Scooby and Brian.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, we are
Jaggy.
Brian.
What we go? What's this? Practice fake skin versus real skin. No, you go. What's this? Not easy now to fade. Needs more practice. Not easy now to fade. Needs more practice.
Did he put it on his leg again? Because we looked at this early for everybody who hasn't been following the whole time. We looked at this on his leg earlier, showing us the stencil on fake skin, the stencil on his own skin. They both look pretty good. Maybe he just started wiping it a bit to test out his stenciling.
Yeah, but I don't. Because what I'm looking at here, I know the one that we looked at earlier had a lot more.
Yeah, maybe he already took the.
It looked a bit dirtier in here, didn't it?
It did. It had a lot more purple in there, and he toned it back.
But it's toned it back. But this is where you need to play with values to get your darks in dark, but then still be able to, pull away, pull your lights out, but keep your darks in there, and richen them up.
Yeah.
But again, this is the other one. We're doing this. This is one of the other reasons as well. With the good thing about having a tablet and doing your stencils, like, can you see these little lines on this cloud?
Yeah, can you zoom it in a little bit, Andy? It's kind of far for us. Oh, there we go.
Can you see these lines on these clouds?
Yeah.
Whereas if it had been on your tablet, you could have just retraced them and then dropped them back onto.
That's it.
Traced over them on a separate layer, and when you liked them, just drop that layer on top of this one, and you'd have relined it, ready to go.
Yeah, that's the thing. There is, like I said, I use the Procreate to make my stencils, and there's a process you can go through. Which I made a video about it. It's on the channel about how you can turn it into a stencil. But then there's sometimes where some spots come out lighter or they don't get picked up as much, and that's when you go back in with another layer and darken all those areas up. Where we got pretty good with the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote. It's like I said, those clouds, you can just add that back in. And maybe there's other spots where it seems to be coming in light. You add that back in. A little mixture of you and technology.
Yeah. You just got to be able to combine the two.
Yeah.
Like I say, you can go over the top. You can go over the top, work on a separate layer, and then when you're happy, put that layer black, and then drop it onto this layer, and you're still only working with one layer, but it's done.
Yeah.
Let me go back to. Oh. Yeah, it's definitely a lot lighter there, though, isn't it?
It is, and again, you got to darken up certain spots, Yeah, I mean, I could use this to tattoo.
That stencil?
Yeah, I could use that stencil. Just the way it is.
I couldn't.
No,
I couldn't stencil. I couldn't tattoo off that stencil.
Oh man, I got a reference. I could see what's going on there.
Yeah.
Maybe the clouds, but I imagine if I stuck this on there and let's say it was really hard placement, I just got it perfect and I couldn't see the clouds right, I would put the clouds in with a Sharpie marker. But no, I think there's enough there to tattoo. We got all the arms, the face, the body. Even the Roadrunner's face, neck, wings. I don't know what else you'd really need. Though the clouds, I guess.
Yeah, just
But I wouldn't want. I mean, you don't want to. You don't want to find yourself in a position where this is what you got to go with. But definitely, it's doable.
but no, cool. And I think, yay, that's them all done.
Hey, we made it, man. Not bad. Just over 2 hours.
Yeah, just nice turnout.
Could BS for 20 minutes.
You are.
I said we came in in times. Now we could BS for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, cool.
It's our favorite part, even though everyone was like, all right, they're done with the fun stuff. We're out. Like, get out of here.
Back on here. Let me get that off there. But that's one good thing with tablets, isn't it? You can overlay, underlay. You know, you can work with both. You're not having to, and with these programs, you're not having to come with some of the stuff. You're not having to completely redraw it. You can just touch areas in and then drop it back on top of it. Which is good. That is a good thing with tablets. Since I moved, it took a little bit of time for me to move on to one, but now I've moved on to one, I couldn't go back.
Dude, no way. Not with the, as you know, with the, I mean, with the quantity of tattoos, man, it's, if Andy and Dave were cartoons, Dave would be Simity, Sam, Andy, Elmer, Fudd.
I just laughing at that. I've just seen it.
I didn't even see it either. I literally didn't see it. It was just weird because usually I'm tracking with most of the comments, but or the chat. But sometimes you look away and then you look back at the bottom and you like miss it. Oh, Danik.
Let me just put this up, Brian. So it's put practice inkjet, not easy, Brian. So I guess that you've either just got an inkjet or you're practicing how to get the best out of your stencils using an inkjet printer. Like I say, Brian, it does take a little bit, but once you find what works for you, it'll work for virtually every tattoo that you print. So I don't know, are you using a computer, a laptop, a tablet, what program you're using? Stick it in chat. We may be able to help you out that way around.
The other thing too, obviously. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, Andy.
No, go on. You're on it, Dev.
No, I mean, some of the problem can be, but you would know more, obviously. It would be what he's using to stick it down. What's the tackiness of it? Did he clean the skin first with like an isopropyl alcohol? Really helps big time. And then, what kind of stencil solution are you using? What's the consistency of the stencil solution when you put that stencil down? Some of the prep means more than where the stencil's coming from, whether it be inkjet or thermal or hand.
Yeah, I mean,
got to practice it all.
Is it Brian who we're using stencil stuff?
Yeah, I would try.
And like we said before, now I've moved on to anchored. It's so much easier to lay a stencil. It's so much easier to work with. Is that anchored against the stencil stuff? And I'd have never thought it unless I actually used it.
Yeah, it was the same for me, man. In my testing, basic testing, it didn't seem to do any different, but in the real world, big difference. Love it. Love it.
Yeah, it's like I say, it's good stuff. And I don't like I said, I don't like the anchored.
Jason said, I need to get either one. This hand stenciling's for the birds. Yeah, it is. And if you got a tablet or some way to digitally print stuff out, it makes it even better because then you can design it wherever you're at, print it out, and then take your print and run it through a thermal, or obviously send it straight from your tablet to the inkjet and print it right out.
Yeah,
that hand stenciling is a pain in the butt.
It is, and we've said numerous times, your stencil is your roadmap. So you've got wonky, cronky lines on your stencil. You're just going to follow them.
Mm-hmm.
You just that's all you're going to do is just follow them. If they're not lined up right on your stencil, all you're going to do is when you tattoo them is follow them lines, and that's why with using either a tablet, laptop, even a PC connected up.
Yeah, because if you're hand stenciling and the hand it's like playing telephone, where you tell the next guy tells the next guy, but where with a perfect stencil printed out, ran through, you get a perfect, you're following something perfect. Bryce, you took something perfect, hand stencil, and now it's a little bit off, then you stick it to the skin, and you're tattooing something that's slightly off, and then if you're off, then it's even more off. So definitely, yeah, Waldo, definitely give that Anchor a try. So I use stencil stuff for the longest time too, man. It's a good product. It does the job, but Anchored, it's just going to do it better. It's going to stick better. It's going to hold better. But remember, the prepping the skin properly prior to the stencil is the most important thing. Most of the time, my stencil is they just last, man. I used to have problems with them. I don't have a single problem anymore. Proper preparation, Anchored, stencil on, 10, 15 minutes tops. I'm in it, and the stencil again. I wipe. Stencil's still there, and it might lighten up, but you can read a light stencil as you're going through because you've wiped it 15 times.
Yeah, good. 70% also. 70% isopropyl alcohol. Good spray down. Good clean off. Get that grease out of that skin. Before it's like I said, the prep. Down to the prep work. You get it on, and then you can leave your stencil on skin for 10 minutes or so before you start tattooing.
Yeah, I usually pour my inks at that point. Got the stencil on, get them comfortable, pour the inks, get my needles. It's usually enough time.
Yeah.
Usually enough time.
And then you're banging either way. You're on one. Like I say, I hope you guys stick a thumbs up, give it a like. If you're here and you're floating about, I know there's 18 of you left. Subscribe, ring that bell. Next time we go live or there's a video go up, you're not going to miss out. I know I've got one that I'm just chopping together at the minute. And that'll go up some point. It'll probably weekend, because I'll probably be having some spare time to chop it together. I don't know about you, Dave. Sometimes it's just hard to find spare time.
It's 100% hard. It is not YouTubers or of any kind, tattooers who make YouTube videos sometimes. That's what I tell people, because if you're YouTubing it up, that's a full-time gig, where you're just like, you're recording, editing, recording, editing, recording, editing, recording, editing, so no, there's just not time for that. I mean, we'd have to cut clientele easily in half in order to maintain a video or two a week. That's just, and then topics, and then sometimes you feel like you're beating a dead horse because you've already talked about things. And
I remember us talking off camera when we first started on your channel, and you used to go, "Oh, well, I'm all right for this week and half for next week," and you were like, "Oh, I wonder if ever," and I'm like, "Give it time, it will come. You just won't have enough time." And you were back still doing videos and bits and bobs and that.
Yeah.
Like you say, as it comes through and your clientele takes over and you become busy, someone's got to give somewhere.
You're right. Yeah. And you want to maintain some kind of family life, Mm-hmm. And for people who think like, oh, well, you're only tattooing 6-7 hours a day, or even on a short day, sometimes they're nice. You might get clients like, am I the only tattoo for the day? I'm like, yeah, I only scheduled you. And, it's a 3-hour tattoo. I'm like, wow, that's cool. You got the rest of the day off. And sure, you can think that, but I've scheduled you a short tattoo today because I got like to go sit over there and design the next week of tattoos because I don't have time to design them. So again, you're tattooing, designing tattoos, tattooing, designing tattoos, and tattooing is 50% of the job. The other 50% is everything else. And you don't know, but it is funny that you said it, Andy, because yes, I remember waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm like, all right, well, I got 2 weeks worth of, I booked out 2 weeks, and then I don't know what's going to happen after that, Andy. Maybe this is it. Maybe I'll have maybe I'll be holding my hands out, and then 2 weeks goes, and you're getting close to that, and then all of a sudden everybody must find out, and then you got another 2 weeks, and then you're like, crap, this is it. I got nothing booked for that, and then boom, you book out again, and until eventually it's like you're just booked for a while, but you still never know when that ball's gonna drop sometimes,
No, you don't. But
now it's ways off, but
the thing is, it's a nice edge to be on because you should never get complacent.
True story. Yeah, that's the fear.
I mean, I've just started taking bookings. We're just getting bookings going into June now.
Yep.
But never get complacent. I mean, I've got some bookings already in June. But what would happen that come closer to day they've got to cancel or nobody else books in for June? Do you understand what I'm saying? It's just because I'm saying that doesn't mean that it's going to be guaranteed that I'm going to have that work in June. You're right, love.
Cheers. Yeah, same, Andy. I mean, I don't have a weekend. I think I got like 2 weekends, maybe 3 weekends left until I leave Ohio, like as far as open, non-booked weekends, and into June, plenty in June, and then, but you also, I got scared because I got sick that one day, and luckily it was like a 24-hour sickness. I only had to move one tattoo, but the fear I always have is if you're too booked and because I'm leaving, I'm trying to get these bigger projects all together. So I would give myself like a day off a week or maybe even 2 if I'm lucky. But I've even booked my days off now to try to get things done before then. So my fear is when I got sick that day, I was like, oh, no, please no, because how do you rebook and move people when you have no space to move them to? It's like, oh, no. Thankfully, it was only 1 day of being sick, and I was able to recover and get back at it. But
yeah.
That is the downside there, and things to think about.
And that's my fear is that you get sick to the point that you've got to cancel somebody, and you've got to cancel somebody, but then you've got to say to them that I can reschedule, but everything's booked, but you're gonna have to wait another 6 weeks.
Yeah, and it's they don't like that,
which sucks.
Yeah, luckily I was able to move a couple people around and got her back in. But I hate doing it, and it's gonna happen in the future, and it just adjust and fire to that.
Anyway, we're falling short. You said we wanted to get to 80 subscribers on my channel tonight. There's 17 people on, and I'm guessing you're all subscribed. I've fallen one short. I'm 79. Man. Can't even squeeze that one subscriber to get to 80. Don't get to 80, I'm not coming back.
Yeah.
I'm not coming back next week.
Oh, man. No, we're gone. Well, somebody better create another YouTube account. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay. I was like, no, not reverb again.
No, for some weird reason. For some weird reason, my phone put you on.
These phones are getting too smart.
It's like,
they get so smart they're reverting to being dumb.
Yeah, it's just one of the things. Like I say, your worst thing is you actually getting sick and having to cancel people and chat for them. But then again, for you, because you're going to Texas.
Yeah.
How much work do you do? How much work do you book in when you're knowing that you need a load of free time to be able to pack, get things sorted, get your move done down to Texas? That it's not all last minute, or for want of a better word, and if your wife's listening, that it's not all left to You know, your other half, Alicia or whatever.
Yeah, no, we built that in. So, excuse me, we're leaving the end of July, like let's say July 30th, August 1st, but we'll say July 30th for the sake of it. And so I quit tattooing July 10th. That's
Right.
my last day. So then I'll have like 20 days. But I also, after probably on the 11th or 12th, I'll be driving one of our cars to Texas, renting a house while I'm there, getting it all locked on, leaving my car there, flying back, and then driving the U-Haul and the truck or the car out there like on the 30th or the 1st of August or whatnot. So that's kind of what we were trying to figure out is, all right, we have to find a cutoff point here so that we can, get that stuff together. Bradley's question there.
Bradley's put, has anyone used dynamic grey wash or traditional colour set? I got in the mail today. Can't wait to try them. No. I mix my own grey washes, but that's when I use them. I don't particularly use them anymore because I've moved to true greys, opaque greys, whichever you want to call it. They're both the same thing.
Right.
And colours, I've never used their colours, to be fair.
Yeah, I do actually. I think I said this the other day. Hopefully I put it back. Yeah, I did. I have a dynamic like hot pink I ordered because I was ordering some pinks the other day, and I don't really care about the brand so much. I mean, because the brands I'm looking at are all reputable brands. So if it had a color I was looking for at the time I bought it, and so Dynamic had a really cool pink, so I picked that up. I haven't tried it yet, so I don't know. But and again, like Andy, I've never used a gray wash set. I've only ever mixed my own gray washes, and nowadays I use purely opaque grays, courtesy of Andy and Joey Bowie. They pushed me in that direction.
That one's for you.
It's gonna be a mission. That is the truth. It will be a mission.
Yeah. You got to look at it this way, Alicia. It's not a mission, it's an adventure. It may be a mission. I won't say a mission, but it's more likely to be a chore getting everything sorted, ready to go. Because that it will. I mean, I'd hate to think that I've got to pack everything up to move. Never mind as far as you're going to move. But then once you've got that part done, the actual traveling part is probably going to be an adventure. But then when you get to the other end, it's all going to be unpacked. It's a chore again.
It is, man. It is. That's why, like, not to get off on a tangent here, but we weren't sure if we were going to like put our stuff in storage, maybe save some family when we're there. And then I'm like, no, I'm not packing everything up, putting it in a storage unit, and then taking it all back out of the storage unit and putting it all back in the place. I mean, with my luck, that's probably exactly what's going to happen now that I'm saying this out loud on the internet. But I'm hoping to take it one time from said destination, land it there, and that'll be that. Archie later asked how many hours roughly you tattoo per week, guys, and how much time comparing to that you're tattooing for designing projects for tattoos.
You got that? Oh, it's that.
A couple of ways. I would say on average, I'm probably tattooing, well, let's see, on a 5-6 day week, 25 hours probably. Average tattoos I do are like average. So you take in like the 3 hours and the 8-9 hour ones, we're probably around 5 hours a day and at least 5 times a week. So 25 hours roughly. And then you probably, sad as it is, probably roughly the same amount in designing. So I say it's like 50%. Sometimes you get lucky though. So you might design a whole sleeve and you have a lot in on the front end, but then when those tattoos come back around for the next session, you already have them designed. Now you're just like stenciling it, fine tuning it, and put it on. So sometimes you can cut that down, but again, another average would be 25 hours worth of designing.
Yeah, I mean,
and then prep times and all that other stuff. So,
because my tattooing clientele and the style that I tattoo in, it's a bit different. I can tattoo anywhere from, I'd say I probably average anywhere between 16, 18 hours of tattoo time to about 25, 28 hours, depending on what the week is and what I've got on. My average time for a lot of stenciling up is probably anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour and a half, per tattoo, except for the inside of the sleeve that I'm on with at the minute. And by the time I've designed it, and everything, the concepts, the design work, the stenciling, just for that inside of that sleeve, that was about 6 hours, 7 hours of drawing just for that one.
Right.
But then again, it's like I've got one on tomorrow. First one I've got in the morning. It's about that big now. It's about
right on.
Right, first one through door tomorrow. Probably 20 minutes work. It took me. They come in with the design. It was some writing that one of the kids had done with the love art. They just, can I do it? Can I move love art around? Yeah, this, that, and other. Reconcept it all out for them. It probably took me 4 or 5 minutes to get it to stencil, and on it goes. So it's just a weird old mixed bag, basically, in my shop.
It's true, though. I mean, that is, at the end of the day, it's hard to say definitively. And that's, I think, why I'm at like a 25-25. I do really feel like it's 50% of the time is designing the tattoos and 50% of it's tattooing it. But there are easier days. Yeah, I saw that.
I've just scrolled back down. I went easy on this stream with you, Andy. You're welcome. I appreciate it. From my back's not feeling as stiff and everything from where you bent me over and just shafted me on this stream. You know what I mean, Danik? I managed to get her not feel as abused on this one. I do.
Yeah, you're not gonna need some Bengay and a heating pad after today, huh?
Yeah. There you go. You've been told, Dave. That's one from your wife. The shop is
packed
in the house.
She's not wrong, because we got a lot of stuff already packed from the house, but the shop we can't really do anything with until. That's why I have to stop at like July 10th. I might even have to stop a little bit sooner than that to really make sure I get everything taken care of and packed up. But the shop's going to get packed up pretty much the last of it. There's more here than I know. All this computer stuff, all the camera equipment, that's got to be delicately packed, and printers, and how much crap's in chairs and
33% stencil, 33% tattoo, and 33% on YouTube. Honestly, Danny, you don't. I didn't realize, and I totally get where Dave was coming from when it's easy to do a live than a video.
Man.
But you still don't realize how much time you end up putting into a live, e.g., you'd be sat there, oh my God, I've got to come up with a thumbnail, then I've got to write this in, then I've got to schedule it, then I've got to do this, I've got to get everything set up. To the point that I knew, because of my tattooing session, and if people didn't notice, I had it because of my tattooing session that I had today, and by the time I was done, cleaned, got home, I had no time today whatsoever to make a thumbnail. No time. And I knew we were going tonight. So it was actually last night, about 8:30 last night, I had some time. It's like, well, I've got some time. I will make a thumbnail tonight. I will schedule it up onto YouTube, and I put it up 24 hours early, because that's the only time I had.
Yeah, it's funny. I was telling Andy before this too, man, that I finished tattooing for the day. I went to the house and sat down or whatever. I don't know what I was doing. My wife was like, what time do you doing that live stream with Andy? I was like, what? Ah, crap, it's Thursday. I mean, geez, I was like, dang it, that's right. And it was like, I checked and I was like, I guess it's going live in 30 minutes. All right, well, I'll see you later. So yeah, I mean, even with zero preparation because it was your stream, I was still almost not here just because you just get busy and forget about about this sort of thing.
Again, Dave, but because I started doing it on this end, streaming from this end, and like before, I just used to sit in front of my computer looking ugly and turn up on a Sunday while you've done all work and you're doing all work on your end. And again, you don't understand and don't appreciate until you've got to do it on your end, this end. What goes in, or what was going in at your end on a Sunday night.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, even the lives are way easier than putting a video together. You have a lot more time. Even after years of editing videos, you know, you try to find a happy balance. Like you could spend every video, I could spend a whole nother like 10 hours on and really like make them more fun, more entertaining, more, you know, cut this, cut that, change this. But it's like, do I need to? Now I just kind of do enough, you know? Well, thanks, Jason. We appreciate you, man, being here. And
we do.
Yeah, we truly wouldn't be BSing with you guys if we didn't enjoy tattooing and just enjoy trying to create some sort of community that is, I don't know, just decent. You know, no one's perfect here by any means.
No, they are. And this is what you've all got to remember. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm perfect because I'm not. I am not perfect tattooer. Just an everyday tattoo artist that earns a living, same as Dave. We appreciate you guys being here. That's why we like being here. Like Dave says, create a community. But we like being here because we like tattooing, same as you guys. You like tattooing, you want to learn. So if we can pass you a little bit along, then, and we're all enjoying ourselves and having fun while we're doing it, boom, so be it.
Yeah. And I've grown through doing this, through other people. You know, it keeps you improving as well, which is good, because if not, I'd be all by myself anyhow. I don't know any tattooers around here. I mean, I know there's some shops. I don't know that they like me. I don't know anything about them. I stick to my own, and that's it. So the only people I talk to are you guys and Andy, because again, who else? There's no one else around. I don't know. I'm not going to go to somebody else's shop like, hey guys, what's going on? You know, I assume most people probably don't like me because I share tattooing, and for the longest time that's been taboo to share anything you know about tattooing because it's hush hush. Luckily nowadays it's a little more accepted, but yeah. So because of that, I just stay to myself. I don't try to go out and about because I don't want to cause any drama, whether they'll be there or not.
Stick myself to myself, keep my own business, enjoy what I'm doing, turn up, do what I do. Don't want to get in no pissing competition with nobody else.
Never.
And I just want, you know, I just want to do what I enjoy doing, basically. And that's it.
Oh, Brian, how's that reinventing the tattoo going, man? With the Fireside Tattoo Network and oh man, what's his name? I can't remember. That's bad. I had him on the channel a long time ago. We talked a little bit. Nice guy though. Why can't I feel like an a-hole? But yeah, I think he helps put on. Well, he's in conjunction with Reinventing the Tattoo and whatnot. But I think that was also with Guy Atchison. But anyhow, I was curious how that was going, Brian. But I think he just left to go do that.
But, yeah. But like I say, I think we're just getting to that point now. We're running out of a bit of steam. We didn't make us goal of 80 subs on channel. Fell one short. You guys, I don't know. We turn out every week. You've let us down. Now what can I say? You know what I mean? We're one sub off. We usually do it on likes, but we're doing it on subs tonight. But anyway, like I say, I think at that it's about time we pull the plug on this stream.
Andy, I do have to let people know that we're not going to be live on my channel for a couple weeks. Yes. Because next Sunday, I usually take Sundays off. I hang out with my mother. It's my day to see her and whatnot after church. But this Sunday, I have to tattoo to make up for that sick day. So I'll be tattooing all day on Sunday. And then the Sunday following that is Easter Sunday. So we're not going to make you guys look at our wonderful faces on such a holy day. So for the next 2 Sundays, I won't be on the channel. We won't be on my channel. I think we should still be here, Andy, unless something comes up. I don't remember. On your Wednesday, Thursday one, I'm not sure.
I'm sure we will speak as we usually do through a week anyway, Dave.
Yeah.
And that, but they'll know. All I've got to do is subscribe, press the notifications, press that all, and if we put all up, boom, they'll get notified. Same with your channel, Dave. They'll get notified. This, that, and other. What I will say as well, guys, there's a link down below in the description. One to anything that I use, the cartridges and the Ambition torped machine, to where I've got them from. Feel free to use them links. Go do whatever you do. If you want in Mast Pro cartridges, there also is a 10% off coupon if you want to save yourself a bit of money. Better off in your pocket than theirs. So feel free to do so. But yeah, press subscribe on Dave's channel. And it's like we said, we're not, next couple of Sundays, we're off on yours, but we'll try and, if it works out, we'll try and get on mine during the week. But there's no 100% guarantees, but we'll try. I don't see why Thursday night, unless you've got something on, Dave.
I don't know. I'll check later. But cool. Well, had a good stream. It was good to be after, like our usual 20 minutes afterwards. We're right on schedule. Look at us.
We are banging. And what we'll say, guys, we appreciate you all for being here. And with that, we will see you in about a week's time.
Yep.
Take care.